The zanpakuto. Its unique shape and abilities are defined by its Soul Reaper. The Soul Reaper is able to harness the power of the zanpakuto by learning its name and forming a synergistic unit. The zanpakuto is born with its Soul Reaper and dies with its Soul Reaper. That is the existence of a zanpakuto.
You're wrong. I chose the path of protecting others. I wanted power. The power to protect everyone I could, wherever and whenever I could. And losing my abilities reminded me how all this started. I had been seeking the power to protect people, and Rukia gave it to me. And when I eventually lost it, everyone helped me to get it back. I made my choice, and that means kicking your ass to protect everyone else.
I must admit, it never ceases to amaze me how brainless you can be. You've lost your weapon. Why are you just standing there? Ichigo! What's the difference between a king and his horse?
What the hell are you saying?
And I'm not talking about obvious stuff, like one's an animal and one's a person, or one has 2 legs and one has 4. Form, ability, and power! That's what's puzzling! If their form, ability, and power are exactly the same, why is it that one becomes the king and leads them into battle, while the other becomes the horse and carries the king? So what's the characteristic that distinguishes these 2 beings?
Paralysis. I've used what's called a Aikido on you. It's a high-level incantation only we Soul Reapers can cast. It's useless to struggle against it. You're just wasting your energy. I may appear young to you, but I have lived nearly 10 of your lifetimes. I would kill you on the spot for your insults if it were not against my orders. So you, little brat, be grateful. You needn't worry, because you are bound for a better place. The Soul Society. There, your soul will be at peace. I sent his spirit to the Soul Society. It's one of the main responsibilities of a Soul Reaper. People here sometimes call it passing on. Now I'll explain to you why I'm here, and I'll use small words so you can understand it.
I know what you're thinking. Impressive, isn't it? The snow and ice zanpakuto. It's the most beautiful one in all of the Soul Society. The blade. The guard. Even the hilt. It's a zanpakuto like pure snow. You may not realize this, but right now Rukia is strong enough to become a ranked officer. But if she was assigned a seat, the risk level of her missions would be much more dangerous than those of a regular guardsman. And because a certain someone didn't want her to be exposed to those dangers, he pulled some strings, approached the captains, and asked that her name be removed from the list of officer candidates. You didn't hear it from me, but it was Rukia Kuchiki.
Hold on a minute. I've been thinking about it, and I'm not so sure I want to spend all my time on the end of that chain anymore. I'm sorry, have I been slowing you down? What are you chomping at the bit for? You want to finish this mission and go back to being a regular zanpakuto? You've got to be kidding me! I'm finally able to exercise a little free will. I don't want to be bound to you anymore. I'm done! Oh man, I am so over those 2. I think it's time for me to strike out on my own. Wait a minute. If I'm on my own... That's right! I can do anything that pops into my head now! All right! Okay, what's the first thing I want to do as a free snake? Huh?
There's one more thing I want to tell you. All of those so-called friends of yours that you trust, that's all just a big joke. To be honest, none of them are really your friends at all. They're just pretending to be your friends because it's a part of their jobs. For instance, there's Rangiku Matsumoto. It's obvious that she only cares about herself. She couldn't care less about what you're struggling with. Really, is she paying any attention to you now?
There she is! Hey, Rukia! Come on down! Why didn't you join us for lunch? Hey, can I ask you something? Do you have a crush on Ichigo? I'll take that as a maybe, but what exactly is your relationship with that guy? I don't see why not. It's the question you wanted to ask her yourself, but none of you were willing to do it, so I just did it for you. Well, what's the story, Rukia?
When I think about it, Ichigo, there were so many things I wanted to do. I wanted to become a school teacher. I wanted to become an astronaut. I wanted to be a baker. I wanted to go to a bunch of donut shops and ask for one of everything. I even wanted to stop the ice cream man in his truck and tell him to give me one of everything he had as well. I wish I could have had 5 different lives instead of 1. Then instead of 1 town, I could have been born to a family in 5 different ones, and each one would have fed me a lifetime of different foods, and I would have grown up to have 5 different careers. And in every one of those lives...
Impossible! It couldn't change! Kyoka Suigetsu has always been a running water-type zanpakuto. It uses the diffused reflection of mist to confuse enemies into attacking each other. You yourself explained to us exactly how it worked, Captain Aizen! And we saw it with our own eyes. You specifically gathered all the lieutenants together because you wanted to demonstrate it!
Karia has devised a plan to exterminate every single Soul Reaper living in the Serete. And it will work. But honestly, I couldn't care less. I just came along because I thought it might be fun to bust this place up. It didn't used to be like this. There was a time when I would dive into battle and risk my life to get what I wanted. I was willing to sacrifice everything. I found a certain satisfaction in that. But then time marched on and the world changed. I'll never understand what's wrong with the strong killing the weak! I have denied my thirst for far too long!
You, the fastest Soul Reaper in the Soul Society, and I, your zanpakuto, are almost perfectly equal in speed. But while my attacks on you are scoring direct hits, your attacks keep on missing me. Oh dear, what will you do now? Your fear is written all over your face. So you see, I understand why you feel completely hopeless. Too bad! I wonder what it'll take for you to strike me. I know you've never fought with an adversary that's this much smaller than you. When 2 combatants are equal in speed, the one who is smaller, in this case me, always has the advantage. That's just common sense.
Filthy stuffed animal. Huh? Yes, it sure did. No stuffed animal outruns track star Rio Kunieda. I run the 100 meters in 12 seconds flat! I guess her boobs absorb the calories.
Huh? Please, Orihime, if you're going to make up stories, at least make them sound realistic. Like maybe a pro wrestling match spilled out of the ring.
I have the data. What Soifone sent us was a reishi sample, so I ran it through the analyzer.
There you go, spacing out again. Then you kick the ball without aiming.
I think that we should move a little farther away, Orihime. There isn't very much we can do here. She knows. She knows that with her limited power, if she tried to help Ichigo, she'd only get in the way. Even if there were something she could do to help, Ichigo would surely never want that. She understands all of that, and yet she is still willing to stay here in this dangerous place, waiting, hoping for your safety, Ichigo.
You had better win, Ichigo.
Looks like they're middle school students.
Yeah, that's right! What should we do? You got us into a real mess by having more team spirit than those guys! We've got to come up with some sort of plan, guys. That's right! The other team are all middle school students, so let's get a high school student to help us win! Hey, where are you going? Yeah, take a look at him. He bleaches his hair.
Master Zayalapado! Master Zayalapado! It's dead! Lumina! Lumina! Give it to me! Not there! Not there! Give it to me! I want it!
How is he doing this? It's impossible. He deflected my first blast with one hand, and since then he's dodged every one, without any effort at all. I know I'm not that weak, but somehow, I haven't even put a scratch on him yet. I had no trouble dealing with that last guy, and he called himself an assistant adjutant, so there should only be 2 levels difference between him and this captain. Just 2 levels, and yet so very far apart. Are captains really that powerful?
Believe me, I'm no expert in Soul Society politics. But I do know this much. Those entrusted with the power that nobility affords have a heavy responsibility to shoulder. Rukia Kuchiki can attest to that. Rukia is still young, but she's prepared to embrace her future role. When the time comes, she'll return to the Soul Society, with Kenryu and Enryu at her side, to confront her destiny and forge her own path. Sooner or later, she'll have to settle all this, like it or not. Give her a chance. At least wait till she's grown.
Zanpakuto are individual souls that are born within the hearts of Soul Reapers. They draw their power from the same source as their Soul Reaper and are intertwined with their master's soul. Soul Reapers must reach deep into their own selves to find the power hidden within. They commune with their zanpakuto, bond together, and harness their power by learning their names. What's more, a few chosen Soul Reapers can gain even more power by manifesting an incarnation of their zanpakuto and controlling it. They wield the mighty Bankai. You and the captains have done this.
I really felt that one, Soul Reaper. Or should I be saying, nice one, little doggy. Anyway, it was a good punch, not as good as mine. See, this is what I call a real punch. Tell me, did you feel that one? I kind of thought you might. But as long as we happen to be on the subject, let me demonstrate my best punch. I'm sure you'll find this interesting. Calderon! I should smash you all to pieces, but at the moment it's too much trouble.
Sir, he survived and has returned. As he was of no further use, I silenced him, but the experiment succeeded.
I thought she would find happiness. I really believed that. How could I have ever known? And I wanted so badly to surpass Captain Kuchiki for taking Rukia from me. From that first day I saw him, I pursued him. I trained with only that thought in mind. But even to this day, not once have I been able to beat him. He's just too strong. As much as I wanted to, I just didn't have the strength to get Rukia back that way.
All right, listen up. You don't need to know who we are or where we came from. All you need to know is that we're a part of your powers. Real funny! Just shut up and learn how to use us right now. Wait a second. It's coming. Quit it. This is no time for tears. I'm up next, Missy. I'm able to reject on both sides by blowing a hole in the enemy and creating a shield inside, which cuts the enemy in half. Now you must say my name. It is Tsubaki. Then recite my Korodama.
Huh? And who the hell are you? You think you can come in here and defile my hospital? You've got some nerve, buddy. And what's with the crazy friggin' hat?
The pain must devour!
Devour you! I'll devour you!
I want to explain something to you. The only time a captain ever swings his sword is when it is clearly his duty. Swinging a sword out of hatred is nothing more than mindless violence. There is no honor in such behavior. Aizen, your words and actions prove that you were never worthy of being a captain. That's enough.
You're not really Captain Tosin anymore. Before this, when you couldn't see, you could have easily dodged my attack. Reap. Kazeshini.
All of the people that have owned this bird have gotten to these really terrible situations and died. Well, that would be too cruel. Well, how about you, Chad? What do you say? Isn't he cute? Yeah, I heard it. It is cursed.
I was thinking to myself that it's a good thing I'm fighting you.
Why's that?
Because Ichigo Kurosaki's too soft. Right now, he is fueled with anger for you people. But knowing him as well as I do, it's doubtful that he would have the will to kill you when the time comes. I truly despise the way that you fight. You toy with your opponent's heart by robbing the bonds they share and use them to do your dirty work. It's too despicable to allow. You and your cowardice. Your punishment is death. I shall cut you down before you even have the chance to touch me.
I'm sorry, Head Captain. I must admit I wasn't sure whether I should let them in. But considering the situation... Listen to me, everyone!
Huh?
You have to get away from this place, quickly! It's Captain Kurotsuchi! He's about to activate the Tenkai Ketchu! It's very dangerous here! I must say, I was impressed by that team effort. Very smart. First you freeze my soldiers to create an opening. Then you attack me without a moment of hesitation. It was an inspired attempt, but you made a critical mistake in your planning. Regardless of what technique you use, there's no way it will ever be effective against me, for my loyal and infinite army of soldiers will protect me from harm. This fight is coming to an end. As a show of respect for all of your hard work, I will use my greatest strength to finish you in order to minimize your suffering.
This is all it took to graze you? Seems you don't have too much strength without me, huh? Really? I think that's just some convenient delusion that you keep telling yourself. And of course, you don't have the slightest idea what my true desire is. I was inspired when I heard the voice. It told me to listen to my instinct. Yeah, but hey, I don't expect you to get it. You don't understand me at all. And you don't understand what my blade truly wants either. Oh, I know you don't really like this thing, but did you notice its shape? I think you should look very carefully. Doesn't it look like it was made for reaping lives?
Excuse me, sir. I am Kokichiro Takazoe, Squad 10, 7th Seat. I'm looking for Captain Hitsugaya and Lieutenant Matsumoto. May I come in?
Sir, I beg your pardon. But this is an urgent matter. There's been an incident at the prison that requires your immediate attention. Sir, Lieutenant Abarai and Lieutenant Hinamori, as well as Lieutenant Kira, sir. All of them have vanished from their cells. Hey, we received a notice from Las Noches. If that's true, it looks like the report from Las Noches was correct. You must be the intruder. I found you! Ashida, so you've made some friends, eh?
We will be happy to oblige you.
You think you can kill me that easily just by neutralizing my Ryujin Jakka? How naive! I am astounded by your complete lack of insight. How do you think I remained head captain of the 13 Court Guard squads for over 1,000 years? No Soul Reaper born in that entire time has been stronger than I. I must admit you're quite a resilient opponent. I held nothing back in that last attack. If my Ikotsu couldn't defeat you, I'll have to try something else. Are you prepared to deal with my next attack? It's going to hurt. Oh, that's right. I forgot your creator wiped away your powers of speech. You were the only one of the 4 who allowed his pillar to be destroyed. Your job was simply to protect it. Do you know why you failed? Because you attempted to keep your strength camouflaged. It's your prerogative to die while keeping your strength hidden. But never, never at the cost of failing your mission. You can't put your selfish pride ahead of achieving your squad's objectives. As long as you're a member of the 13 Court Guard squads, your orders will take priority, even if it means suppressing your individual vanity. You will never be an effective leader unless you're willing to accept that.
I have lost. And yet it feels good. So much power was running through my being. I was completely overwhelmed with an obsession to defeat you in battle. I knew I could block any of your attacks, and after that, my counterattacks could finish you off. I did not let my guard down, and yet, I never saw it coming. You are strong, Niño. What a funny thing to say. I'm arrogant? Now what makes you believe that? You are an enemy, but you are also a captain. The fact of the matter is, I consider you to be my equal, and I have conducted myself in that manner. I am not an arrogant being. How very rude. It explains things. It appears your arrogance is part of the very nature of your being. Very well then. I shall crush your pride along with your body. I shall turn them both into pulp to be discarded along with the rest of the garbage.
Shake! Daiichi! Haru! Ha! Princess!
Thank goodness.
Hi!
I feel sorry about your confusion, but this world's never really been about truth or lies. In this world, there's only one thing that's worth knowing: hard facts. Despite this universal truth, people misguidedly choose to only accept the facts that appeal to their way of thinking. They're so limited, they can only accept the truths that are comfortable for them. So, this is simply about wanting to hang on to your personal power. Realizing things may not have been as we accepted them to be unsettles us. It's overwhelming. Are you absolutely sure that you know the truth?
I was still just a kid back then, so I don't remember all the details of what happened. But there are two things I'll never forget. Faces. Those two faces. The cruel face of that Soul Reaper as he dragged my brother's mangled body back home, and the face of my dear dying brother, happily giving thanks to that same Soul Reaper. Why did he do that? Why would my brother be so forgiving? To this day, I just don't know. But there's one thing I do know for certain. Somehow my brother never blamed the Soul Reapers, and he never hated them.
What's up? You tired or something? I'll be able to finish you off in one strike. You better do something. There's no point in holding back. You should use your best move before you're killed. Time's up. You still alive down there? Oh, great. That's too bad. To be honest with you, I really wanted to fight that blonde chick. See, I had no interest in battling you. You're just a fat ass.
This is the end for Sato, tough guy in middle school. So you scared now? You're not gonna start pissing yourself. Are ya? Oh man. Well then, in that case, I'll just take this. Now what did you say? Something about this being worth more than your life? Then if I take it away from you, you might as well be dead, right? So then die, loser.
So you're the first, eh? You're nothing but a boy.
Tell me, how many Soul Reapers have you devoured so far?
How many? Sorry, boy. I don't keep track of such trivial things. That's such a stupid question.
I have a heart, you know. Just like you. There isn't a single night that I don't have regrets after eating a Soul Reaper. Even now I'm having regrets. About that woman, Soul Reaper. I regret not eating the rest of her.
She acts like this just to annoy you. Enormous. 4 strikes and it still won't let go. Right. Izaimon! An enemy. My master. Where's my master? Master. I have to find him now. Hollow.
You're such a fool. It's essential to be who you are. That means you and Rukia. Ichigo is still a kid who hasn't learned to stand up by himself. That's why he needs both you and Rukia. What's wrong with being jealous? You're trying your best to come to terms with some very serious emotions, aren't you? We both know that it's easier to run away from these emotions and to protect your heart. But look at you, Orihime, standing firm and trying to deal with them because you're good.
If you had aimed for the head, you most certainly would have killed him. But instead you chose to let him live. Well, in any case, he is still alive, and the antidote is a token of my appreciation to you for that. It's hard to explain. But when I realized that he was still alive, I felt such a sense of relief. You should hurry up now and drink the antidote. And then you'd better go. After the release of Konjiki Ashisogi Jizo, there'll be troops on the way here soon.
These 2 rejects just dropped in on us! You will never last! He won't get by us! That bastard's attacking Master Hollyback! You can't be serious, Mila Rose! You're okay with the idea that that kid could injure our master? Come on! Oh yeah, you said something earlier. Remember what this one had the gall to say? She said, I'll handle these 3. What was that? Don't mess with me!
You're really letting her get to you that easily.
Here's an idea! Let's get rid of you first! Huh? Say that again! I dare you! But first we're gonna kick you, stab you, then we'll kill you! So just what in the hell are you looking at, you whack job?
I love watching the night sky, Kaname. I see the world in it. There's so much darkness, and yet, in that darkness, so many, many shining points of light. Clouds come along and try to smother the lights. Do you understand what I mean, Kaname? I wish I could gather all the clouds so they would never again obscure the light that shines from the stars. I'm getting married, Kaname. What's more, I received my acceptance from the Academy yesterday. I'm going to become a Soul Reaper, Kaname, and I will let justice shine. I wanted you to hear it from me, Kaname.
Oh, right. Sorry about that. It's been so long since I had to wear clothes, I forgot. Though I'm surprised at you. You're more innocent and naive than you look. Was that the first time you ever saw a girl naked? Huh?
Never mind!
Do you want another look? You never know, life is short and you might not get the chance to see a hot young girl like me again.
Hey, shut up, will ya?
Just kidding. You have no sense of humor, do you know that? You really ought to take it easy, or you're going to open up those wounds of yours all over again.
I've always been able to sense her, but her presence has disappeared. I can't sense her nearby. For a while now, I could only faintly sense her. It was as if she was on the other side of some wall. But yesterday, she suddenly vanished without a trace. And you know something about this, don't you? I know you do!
Yes, you do. And don't think I don't know either. I've seen you. When you wear that black robe, and you go around fighting monsters as well as other strange people wearing the same getup. Ichigo, I've had it with all the lies. Tell me the truth. What are you trying to hide?
Well, look at this.
Yeah.
Huh, loser. How shocking.
What a pain in the ass.
Sounds good to me. We'll stop when the baby starts crying. It's worth a try.
Loli! I think she got the message. If you take things too far, we'll get in trouble. What are you doing, Loli?
So what of it?
Don't mess with us! Green Jow! What happened? Why am I still...
You are a threat, a danger to us. You are an enemy, and enemies must be eliminated. We're sorry. Is your stomach okay? I know that Jinta can act so juvenile, but would you still be willing to play with him sometime?
What's done is done. At this point, we may as well reintroduce ourselves. We are known as Espada Number 9. And don't ask us about our faces. We are tired of hearing people's opinions. You've made a mistake, Rukia.
Definitely not. No respect. And you've always been such an idealist. Please allow me.
How sloppy of you. I don't see why I should give you my strength if you're going to be so weak. Of course, I understand. It's useless. It's over. Yes, here I go. I'll tear you into pieces. You tell him. I know exactly what you mean. That was a pretty lame shot, Quincy boy. Oh, yes. And now you see me in my true form. In this state, I boast perfect protection against all strikes. Your attacks are now completely ineffective. Yes, it appears he's unable to control it. But you must admit that if I hadn't shielded us just now, it would have been a close one. Awfully confident, aren't you? Do you really think you can defeat us with that tacky little bow? What are you blaming me for? You're the one who folded me up without looking to see if he was attacking again.
We're the ones who reserved the field for this time to practice. Team Spirit can't kick a soccer ball. Yeah, he looks just like one of those juvenile delinquent kids. How do you get your hair that color, Toshiro? Hey, wait! Please change your mind! We need you! We practice every day at the park on the hill! Please come tomorrow! Toshiro didn't show up today anyway.
Master Xylopero! Master Xylopero! Aroniero died! Now he's dead! Dead!
Lumina! Yes, okay.
Hey, you big moocher. Just some rice. You know. I know what a pain you can be when you're hungry, so just take that with you.
Ah! No one wants to hear your details, all right?
Mommy? Mommy? What's the matter, Mommy? Why are you crying?
Who was that lady?
Soul Reaper. Yes, I'm okay. I guess so. Oh, well, I'll try. She's helping me, but she's a Soul Reaper.
But then they'll get you!
I feel some power inside me.
Kyoko! Huh? What are you talking about? The teacher said it would. How would you know that? I got this for you. You said that you wanted it, right? You're welcome. I'll see you later. You creep. You scare me, Kyoko. You're not normal. Just stay away! Don't come near me anymore! There's something wrong with you!
I'm so disappointed, Ichigo. So very disappointed. Sadly, your sword exhibits only fear. When you counter, it's because you fear being killed. When you attack, you fear killing. And when you try to protect someone, you fear you could let them die. At this point, the only thing that your sword speaks of is senseless fright. And that's not good. What you do not need in battle is fear. Nothing will come of it.
This morning before dawn, the murderer and his motives are still unknown, Captain. Sir, I was concerned about your health, so I delayed the report. You must punish me, Captain, as I deserve a severe reprimand.
Why do you do that? You always have to copy me, Kione.
They're not alone out here. It appears Ashido's around as well.
Damn it. When is that bastard gonna die?
I see. Friends of the intruders. They could end up being very useful to us. You'll know soon enough.
All right, go out there and find those intruders!
We have orders to locate the injured intruder and execute him.
That order came from whom?
I really can't say.
You want to get past me, I presume?
Are you threatening to block our way? It would be hopeless for you to resist us in your condition. You're a Privarona Spada. Besides, your sword is broken and you can't release it. You don't stand a chance against us in a fight.
Your heart, you say? You humans always toss around that word so casually, as if it's something you can hold in the palm of your hand. But my eyes can see everything. Nothing exists that I can't see. So if I can't see it, it's not real. That is what I believe. Tell me, what is a heart? If I tore a hole in your chest, would I see it? If I split open your skull, would it be there?
Disappointing. I expected more. You're the captain of Squad 2, the unit that's known as the Stealth Force. I heard that that squad was comprised of assassins, the most lethal fighters in all of the Soul Society. But so far, I'm not impressed with your technique. Or is this the best that the Soul Society has to offer? Oh, by the way, when we met earlier, you said you didn't have time to learn my name. Well, guess what? You have time now. And I'm gonna tell you! His Majesty Baragon's Fraction, Gio Vega. And while I'm on the subject, there's another name you should hear as well! Fight off! Tigre Estoque!
We Bounce are very independent. We're far too proud and free-spirited to ever fight in a group. Especially against a substitute Soul Reaper. I can easily handle you myself.
Oh, really?
You don't think I'm capable? I'll tell you what, then. Master Karia, in order to prove my point, would you remove your crest?
What's this about?
A Bout needs his crest in order to call out his doll. Without our dolls, we're basically powerless and have no other means to defend ourselves. To safeguard the hidden art of our sword-making, we even fought against the 13 Court Guard squads. Even though it was strictly forbidden, we did it. All for one purpose, to protect the Kasumioji clan. For decades, that has been the reason for our existence, to serve them. I fought for their clan in countless battles, acting on their behalf, cheating death so many times. And now, I have acquired this awesome power. Power that only a chosen few are worthy enough to be granted.
When you were in there training with everybody, you looked truly happy.
That was just me getting caught up in the flow of things.
But I do have one word of advice. The practice match you had was a fight using wooden swords instead of zanpakuto. In which case, it becomes a contest of sword skills, not the amount of your spirit energy.
So what are you getting at?
A tree with weak roots is easy to topple over.
Especially when it has a lot of fine branches at the top.
Roots, you say?
A sword is nothing but the tip of a fine branch. What I'm saying is that putting your strength into your sword is meaningless if your roots, your lower body parts, aren't firmly planted in the ground.
Aizen gave each one of the Espada something called the Caja de Negación, which we can use to punish subordinates. I used mine just now.
Caja de Negación?
It's a powerful tool that can permanently seal away the victim into another dimension. But its power is limited. It's not made to be used against Espada. Considering the strength of his spiritual pressure, we've got 2 or 3 hours before he breaks free. There's no time to waste. Come on, hurry up and heal your friend!
Ideals? Don't make me laugh. There are no ideals in this world. We're all left with only one thing. The despair of not being able to make those ideals come true. But I've now discovered that despair releases my true power. Despair is the force that breaks my shackles and frees my heart to do as it truly wishes. Those with power are the ones who get to impose order on this world. And in the midst of chaos, that order prevails, right or wrong. If that power is victorious, even if it's dark, black will become the color of what's right.
You really don't understand, do you?
What?
Don't make me repeat myself. I've been waiting for you to get here for some time now in the hopes of a decent fight. I'm not the least bit interested in your 2 friends, nor for that matter your mission to free that Rukia. Not bad. Though your stance is too rigid and you leave gaps in your defense, I must say your spiritual pressure is something else. Way too much for even some lieutenants. No wonder Ikkaku lost to you. But even with that, you're still nowhere near my level. I'll tell you what, Ichigo Kurosaki, I'll give you an advantage.
Give me a what?
I'll let you go ahead and have the first strike. I'll stand here and you can cut me anywhere you want. But Uryu, I hope you will try to understand your father's point of view as well. What you believe to be right depends on what it is you wish to protect. There will come a time when you will know the answer to that, and by then you will also know what it is that you truly want to protect. In preparation for that day, I shall entrust you with this. This girl. I never expected her to still have the will to defy me, but it ends here! Soul Reaper! You got it backwards. When I ate that girl, I got all her power. Soul Reapers are nothing compared to the kind of power I've stored up! A lieutenant? Good! Now I'm looking forward to eating you! Now, which one of you should I eat first?
I have to admit that was extremely close. I didn't expect your wolves to be the ones coming after my shadow, and for a moment there I thought I was about to be defeated. But the explosion that wiped out your partner helped me understand your powers. Your wolves could only drag the things they had bitten into their circle of destruction. As long as there were objects surrounding me and offering protection from their attack, the wolves would detonate and disappear before reaching me. My Bushogama turned out to be perfect for providing that protection. So, it's finally just the 2 of us facing off.
How do you know that? The 22nd? That's not much of a threat. It's pretty far from here. Ridiculous. When you said we were under attack, I assumed it was some kind of army. These are just a bunch of kids. That kid, having to be killed in such a pathetic manner.
As you are about to discover, the only thing that is absolute in this world is my power. Other than that, everything else is a trifling matter. The fact is, I am supremely powerful, and as such the world should be under my control.
There can be no equality between opposing powers. Your lives hold no real value. To me, you are no more than ants.
You're a fool, son. I chose my words wisely. What I said was that I had no interest, and that you had no talent for it. Unfortunately, my powers aren't as disposable as yours. Otherwise, I would have lost them long ago. It was me he chose. Whether we like it or not, we can't argue with the facts. Our ancestor, Soken Ishida, needed to choose a man on whom to bequeath all of his power and skill. Only one man is allowed to continue his legacy, to call himself the last Quincy.
So you finally figured it out. Very good. Mind telling me what it was that tipped you off? I thought my transformation was perfect. I appreciate your input. It seems I still need improvement. Wait, can't we discuss this?
They say it's fate that brings us together. They also say that one who is kind to others is sure to be rewarded.
Please forgive us. This is rather awkward. I mean, with us hiding behind the bushes and all.
We do not want to live our lives as Gillians or Adhuchas. One day, we will rise to become Vasto Lordes. But to do that, we need power. An immense power that can guide us. You are that power. Come with us. Let us walk together. You will become our king, Grimmjow. Foreigners from the looks of them, and one of them is a Soul Reaper. And I, Shirogane Hiko, cannot allow you passage inside this building. Or advance, and be killed now for your insolence! Master Yoruichi! Yes! That's terrible!
Just worthless!
What is that supposed to be?
It is obvious that you have absolutely no talent for this!
You have no talent at all!
You know, you should come over to my place tonight, my dear.
Huh?
Yes, it would be quite an honor. At least for you, that is. No doubt you've heard of me before. I'm Toshimori Umesada, and this year I made 15th seat in the 20-seat Squad 9. I'm not one to boast, but I'm clearly going places in my squad, so what do you say, my dear? I'll treat you good and... Why, you... What? How dare you lecture me about proper conduct, you insolent slug!
Umesada, sir!
Huh?
This sector is clear, sir! Awaiting further orders, sir!
Yeah. Figures. Your lucky duty calls. But when this is over, I'll be back to take your insubordinate head off!
Bite. Gonryomaru.
Aizen, how dare you stand there and smile like that? Aizen! You betrayed everybody, every one of us! You will not be forgiven! Nor will you! Konami! Konami! Come back, Konami! Have you forgotten? You once told me why you became a Soul Reaper! Wasn't it for your friend who lost their life? Wasn't it to carry out your justice? Where is your sense of justice now? Because I don't see it!
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Kyan Shiba. Welcome aboard.
What did you just say? What kind of greeting is that supposed to be? I am your commanding officer! You are supposed to state your name and say, pleased to meet you, sir! What's your name, damn it?
It's Rukia Kuchiki, sir.
And
I'm pleased to meet you, sir!
All right. You're okay, Rukia.
What? What do you mean? Aizen's been killed? Killed when? And how? Who did this? Why didn't you awaken me immediately to tell me? That's enough, you two!
Huh?
Something's up. I will figure this out.
Yastora, you're young and very strong. You are big for your age, and handsome too.
How blessed you are. You possess many precious gifts, a sharp mind, an iron will, and you have a heart of gold. These talents and qualities make you very different. That means people will pick on you, find fault in what you do, and try to bring you down. I wish we lived in a world where that doesn't exist, but that's the world we live in. In spite of that, you must be kind, and find a good use for your big, strong fists. Use them in a way that helps our world.
Hold it right there, Ryoka. That's as far as you go. No doubt you've heard of me. I'm the Assistant Adjutant and Third Seat of Squad 8. I am Tatsufusa Enjoji. I'll bet you're wishing you'd chosen some other path. Surely even you realize that this road became a dead end for you from the second I appeared.
What's the matter, Ryoka? Are you confused now? Afraid? Can't even make a move, can you? But don't feel bad. That's a typical reaction for someone faced for the first time with the incredible technique of the great swordsman Tatsufusa Enjoji. Though for you it will also...
Phew. Close one. Pretty dangerous. Why don't we leave it at that, Captain Kuchiki? Hey there, Rukia. It's good to see you. Are you all right? Well, I could ask you the same thing. After all, releasing your zanpakuto in a place like this is a first-class offense, even if it's to repel Ryoka. What were you thinking, Kuchiki? War exemption. Has the Ryoka infiltration gotten that bad? Was it a Ryoka that killed Aizen? What spiritual pressure is this? Clearly it's at the level of a captain, but I don't recognize him at all. Byakuya, what do you know of this man? After much thought, I must conclude that in the end, the Quincy had only themselves to blame for failing to heed the warnings of the Soul Reapers. It does seem cruel. So many lives were cut short so young. But the memory of those souls who are lost is what is important now, and to worry about who was right and who was wrong is meaningless. We must do all we can, Uryu, to prevent such a tragedy from ever happening again. That is the lesson I want you to learn, so that such sadness will never again occur in the lives of humans or Soul Reapers. I'm home again. It's good to see you again. You're looking well. Yeah. I was able to make it to the Soul Society. It's all right now, because I'll never have to become a Hollow again.
And you weren't hurt? You were able to get there safely?
Yes, you were there too, weren't you, Orihime? The Soul Society?
Yeah, how did you know about that?
Hey, older brothers know everything. I was just thinking, you haven't changed at all since you were a little girl. You would worry about me all the time. You were so cute. I remember you waiting outside for me in the freezing cold. Your hands frozen from making snow bunnies.
After I died, you prayed for me every day. I watched you. It was your prayers and your thoughts that gave me peace. It relieved me of my loneliness. But after a year had gone by, things changed. You became friends with that girl. And then, I saw that you began to pray for me less and less. Then, when you entered high school, you stopped praying for me completely. That's why I was so lonely.
They threw Hanataro in jail for trying to help Rukia, so I thought since you both have the same goal, he'd be willing to help you. Yes, Lieutenant, get well! I was shocked that you actually lost to the Ryoka. And then to make matters worse, we learned you had broken out of jail and disappeared. And I couldn't believe you would raise your sword against members of your own squad. But then I remembered. The only reason I joined Squad 6 in the first place was because you are my hero. And so no matter what happens, I want you to live, Lieutenant, and keep on battling. I want you to be the lieutenant I know who's always cool and always fighting for what he believes in.
In order to activate this shield, you must use your heart and our Kotodama, a spirit's chant. I am bygone! Sometimes Tsubaki is so rough. If you can learn to do that, we'll all be better able to protect you by reacting much quicker.
Hold it right there! We won't let you get in the boss man's way. It's night already, boss man! This is gonna be bad!
He's kept this pain bottled up inside. That's so noble!
That's good. Slowly now. Excuse me, 3rd CD Amura. Where would you like us to start? Sir, but shouldn't we...
You lied to me! You promised me we would always be together! I was so hurt and angry I came to hate and curse you! I vowed to make myself stronger than you! So I could catch you and defeat you with my own hands! I can never forgive what you did! Yoruichi! There can be no forgiveness for the way you betrayed my trust and devotion! Not ever! Tell me why. Help me understand. Why didn't you take me with you? I would have gone anywhere with you. You must have known that.
You needn't worry, Rangiku. It's true. As you can see, I've come here as the lieutenant of Squad 5. But when I say that, I mean I've come here as someone who does not take her title so lightly, like you once told me. My days of taking orders from Captain Aizen are over. I have accepted the truth. He betrayed the Soul Society. He is our enemy.
Listen to you. Your mouth is even dirtier than your face. Such an attitude. How can you call yourself a lady? It's nice that you two are finally getting along, but try not to kill each other in the process, all right? That's true. Although back when we had to face Baragon, you two were pretty much paralyzed with fear. Oh, all right, all right. By the way, I've been hearing some strange rumors about Baragon recently. Yes. Something about his legions of incredibly powerful soldiers, many of them having cracked masks.
What is it? Do you need some help with something?
Yes.
See how pathetic you are? But it's all right, because I do love to fight. It makes it even more fun for me when you try to run. Oh my. See how hot my love burns now!
How's she able to move?
I believe I'm falling in love with you. Where are you going? Now what am I supposed to do with all these feelings? Who am I going to give my love to?
Ichigo, big boys like you shouldn't be crying. Tell me, Ichigo.
Huh?
I've been wondering, just what was it that made you want to learn karate all of a sudden anyway? Oh, come on. Don't you want to share that with your own mom? Oh, you're right. It's beautiful. So you like sunsets? Oh, why not? They're not sad at all. They're nice.
You'll catch a cold sleeping here on the sidewalk. You should come to work with me at a heavenly place called the Department of Research and Development. Lamb! Good, you fell for it. We were wondering how we could capture you.
All you do is complain. You find everything disagreeable. Why don't you just quit being a lieutenant already? It's ready, Deputy Head.
Who wants to fight? I need a good challenge! There must be at least one or two of you who want to die! Who's that?
Oh, yeah, right. Your friend is in a good mood. And that's reason to worry.
What's that?
No, I'd prefer to stay.
My spirits are high too, so let's have a little fun!
I don't want you to help. You're strong. Or so it would seem.
I am strong as well.
Who is this guy? He's not only strong, he's incredibly fast. Now this is fun. In fact, this is the most fun I've had since I came here!
Your spirit is impressive, but still, you're gonna need more than that to take me down. Go on, cling to your silly stubbornness, but in head-to-head battles, you'll always get crushed.
What'd you say?
If you're gonna act like a badass, then you should probably have the skill to back it up. I warned you and you still fell short. Are you stupid or something? Is that right? How did you...
Because we fight together. That's what gives us power. A Soul Reaper and a Zanpakuto combine to make one. We are only able to display our true powers when our souls are in harmony with one another. Your pride caused you to abandon the one you need right now. Alone, you cannot defeat us.
How long are you going to lie there? I'm recovered and ready to fight again. Now I'm just waiting for you. It's time you did your part, and this time I guarantee we're gonna win. He's not? Well then, who is it? Who will you fight now?
You see, my zanpakuto's actual name is Rukia Kuchiki. My sword is a little particular. It actually has a favorite color. It simply adores the color sapphire, and it despises the color lavender. The name Fuji, well, it roughly translates to lavender. My sword absolutely loathes that name, so it never fully releases when I address it as such.
They can't help it. Humans simply don't have the capacity to learn. They're physically inferior. With their limited lifespans, they are forever condemned to mediocrity. It wouldn't be work if it was always fun. That happens when you live this long. They'll all be dead before you know it, and they won't even know that it was our doll that killed them. You should show a little compassion. Huh. They're more troublesome than I expected. Who would imagine it would take this long to execute our plan? Yes. We've dealt with situations like this before, and we shall do it again.
Was that the power of the zanpakuto that's said to be the most beautiful in all the Soul Society?
Impossible.
Now then, proper etiquette requires I show you my power. My Bakoto. You're gonna love Retsurai. Ah, that's the stuff! I'm bursting with power now!
How's it different?
It has vitamin C.
Skip it, thanks. You sure I don't need to pay you for this? I see. Yup. Yeah. It's all right. Ichigo doesn't need to get his Soul Reaper powers back. My brother's always been fighting for us, even before he became a Soul Reaper. There was always something or someone he had to protect, and he always carried that burden himself. So the way it is now is okay with me. From now on, it's our turn to protect Ichigo. I'll see ya.
Head Captain Genryusai Shigekuni Yamamoto, leader of Squad 1, head captain of all the 13 Court Guard squads. His spiritual pressure is enormous. Even two captains together may not be strong enough to defeat such a man. I must help them. There's only one thing I can do.
I can't believe it. All he did was look straight into my eyes, and he completely crushed my whole being. I was so naive. To think I could help Captain Ukitake and my captain. I was worried that they would have trouble defeating the head captain. Now I don't think it's even possible. Please be all right, my captain.
You possess spiritual pressure equal to a captain, and you have not seen the Kyokasuigetsu Shikai.
So as long as I don't see Aizen's Shikai, I won't fall under his perfect hypnosis?
That's right. Keep in mind, your advantage is very important in this battle. But you have to maintain that advantage. If you do anything to lose it, you will become vulnerable and the battle cannot be won. Listen to me. No matter what happens in this confrontation from here on out, you must not look at Sosuke Aizen's Shikai. Do you understand?
You're not gonna go and give your friend a hand over there? Look, I know that sounds nice and all, but Stark is no joke. That old man is gonna die today. You're gonna be sorry. Your friend is a dead man. Don't say I didn't warn you. Yeah, sure, awesome. Anyway, you gonna fight me or what?
Absolutely not.
What? A child? Are you kidding me? Age means nothing to an Arrancar, you idiot.
Okay, I get the picture. Mock me all you want, Boy Scout.
But like it or not, it's on! It was a really big house on the other side of the city, and it was really fun. I remember I used to laugh all the time. My family lived there together. Mommy and Daddy and me and my big dog Shintaro. Well, yeah, but he was the real Shintaro. But then, they wouldn't let him live with us in his apartment, so Mommy bought me a stuffed animal Shintaro to take his place. No, he died when he got hit by a car. We had to move here. Mommy and Daddy fought all the time. Yeah, except I asked the policeman who brought me home not to tell her. She goes out and works so hard at her job every day. I just don't want her to have to worry about me. And anyway, now that you're here, I can have lots of fun inside. I don't need to go out at all.
I'm glad you like them, Toshiro. Thank you for coming such a long way to visit me. Oh, hello, Yosuke. I didn't see you. How long have you been standing there? He's been staying here for quite a while. Don't be shy, Yosuke. You can say hello to our guests. Sorry, but you see, our Yosuke is a very shy young man. And yet, I haven't seen a wandering spirit that's visible so often since when Toshiro was here. Yes, of course, I know. You're a Soul Reaper. Anyway, I must admit, I've enjoyed having Yosuke here. He makes my life happier.
My name's Lily. We just need to practice more, and pretty soon you'll be able to skip saying the whole Kotodama spirit chant and just summon each of us by using the attack names.
I have completed the treatment. How is it? Is the movement and the responsiveness the same as before it was severed?
But Captain, didn't we already receive orders to deploy quite a while ago, sir? We shouldn't wait. Hey, Cunning, wait for me! There have been so many incidents like this lately. So many UFO sightings, and all of those poltergeist weirdos. That was sure scary. Cunning, look! What a cute little kitty! It kind of reminds me of our brother. Well, I had this really strange feeling like I'd seen him somewhere before. But now that you mention it, it does seem like there's something wrong with this little kitty. Right?
The Precipice world is a disconnected space, and it is surrounded by multiple layers of temporal torrent.
Okay, I gotcha.
You don't have to know what that means, Ichigo. To put it simply, the density of time in here is overwhelmingly higher than the density of time outside. The difference is unbelievable. In the time 1 year passes in our world, 2,000 years will pass by in here.
What?
Besides being the pathway to the world of the living, this Precipice world is also used as a place to exile criminals. That's the reason why the restrictive current and cleaner exist. If the restrictive current snares you, escape from it is impossible, and death is imminent.
Looks like you guys have been going at this all wrong, Ichigo. Hey, be quiet. I rushed to get here as quick as I could to help you guys out, so don't give me any grief. Well, maybe I did make a little bit of a mess, but that's just my style. So, I hope you left me one of them to play with. Doesn't look like it. Then I'll go do as I please. Hey, you're trying to cut me down, aren't you? Come on, not with this dull thing. I really don't have time to be bothered with someone like you. You're not at my level.
We arrived just in time to witness you stop Captain Kuchiki from swinging his sword, and to hear you tell him his behavior was dangerous, my captain!
So you've been here right from the start. Didn't I tell you to stay away till this was resolved?
Forgive me, sir! It's just that I respect you so much that I was compelled to follow in case something happened and you needed my assistance, sir! What? Why do you always have to horn in on my action? I respected him first, and I respect him way more than you! Why don't you make me, you blockhead?
Move it. No, I can't! I can't let you put Rukia back in that cell!
Get out of the way now, booger face! You think I want to put her back in that damn place? Orders are orders, and that's that!
I'm sorry, Rukia. But Captain Ukitake and I will appeal to the top brass on your behalf. We'll get you out of there soon.
You're hilarious. The way you go on and on about killing each other. You two are in hell, you're already dead. Of course there isn't. Don't be ridiculous. Let's begin again. My name's Shuren. And the only way you will survive here is if you do exactly as I say, understood? Oh, is that right? Taikon, Gunjo, Garogai. Our guests don't seem to like hell very much. Teach them to be more appreciative of our hospitality.
I hear that he's been away on a long assignment, working on suppressing hollows. Yeah, I know what you mean. But Lieutenant Kira isn't much better. That guy doesn't look like much. Are you sure he's the new captain? Oh, yeah.
Is there a problem?
Well, to be frank, I mean,
You got a death wish, pal? Nobody jumps one of my boys for no reason and lives to tell about it. That's all you gotta say?
Lazy scumbag. That's right. Now get out of that bed and get healed so we can fight again. I want to take on that Zangetsu one more time. We're gonna win.
What is your command, Yoshino? Why do you ask? So we're going to die together? All right. Yoshino! 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 I can't move. Okay, boss. Okay. They haven't gone very far.
Let's get them, Baura.
Okay.
Moments ago, as you attacked me, I managed to hit your wings a total of 4 times. If you weren't just bragging, and your wings are really heavier than boulders, there's no way you can fly anymore. Fighting dirty? Oh, forgive me, but weren't you the one shouting and screaming, trying to get me to lose my cool before the fight began? If that's how a true warrior is supposed to behave, then I must not understand the concept.
Sir, I am Satoda, co-captain of the school soccer team. We'd like to offer you... Well, we members of the soccer team have prepared a budget of 2 times... We'd like you to play as our goalkeeper. We talked to Mr. Sato, but he turned us down. He said he found a better paying job. Mr. Kurosaki, please join us. It's time for practice. Mr. Kurosaki, we should...
My zanpakuto Shinso. Do you know how far my blade can extend?
I have no idea.
The length of 100 swords, actually. When I was just a young boy, people were very impressed. They said I carried around a 100-bladed weapon.
I'm not interested in your tricks.
Really? Do you have any idea how far this blade can extend in Bankai?
Can't say I do, but I didn't come here for a quiz.
You mean you're not even going to venture a guess? That's really a shame. How boring. Well, I'm going to tell you anyway, and I'll explain it in measurements you can understand. It can extend to 13 kilometers. That must be hard for you to imagine. It seems impossible, right? Tell you what, I'll demonstrate it for you. All 13 kilometers of it.
I've sealed all the outlets for spirit energy. You know, the ones that are on the wrists of every Soul Reaper. With no outlet for the energy, you'll be incinerated from the inside by your own spirit energy. It's not over yet. It would be child's play if that were all it took to defeat him. We could laugh him off as some kind of odd monster. He'll break out of that trap in no time.
Chiruchi Sandwich. We've come for you. Please do not resist.
Lord Aizen, please, give me permission to execute this traitor. I simply believe that anyone who disrupts the peace should have to pay for it. It's not personal. Yes, for the honor of Lord Aizen. Of course, it guides my actions. Something of which you have no knowledge. With no moral foundation behind it, killing is nothing more than murder. But on the other hand, killing with purpose is justice.
You've forgiven me. Really? You talk as if you were a god, Sajin. When did I ever ask for your forgiveness? If you want to kill me, then do it! But I'm warning you, you won't think it's such an easy task once you have witnessed my resurrection! Suzumushi Hyakushiki. Criado Grio. I can see, Sajin! I can see! So that is the sky! So this is blood! So this is what the world looks like!
Jeez, if I knew they were gonna make us clean up, I never would have come to see what happened. Instead of lecturing us, why not make the ones responsible do the grunt work? What about you? What? Yeah, what? What's up with Orihime? Orihime, you keep looking so cute and spacey, and I'll just have to kiss you. Oh, yeah? What's wrong now? What are you looking at? What's this? Tears? How cute. Wow, I don't know what it was that just hit me, but I'm bleeding. Still, it doesn't really hurt that much. But, no, really, I'm fine. Look, everyone knows you're adorable when you're crying, but I like it much better when you're laughing.
Thought I'd bring you a little food down here. I figured you'd be feeling pretty hungry right about now. Well, that can't be helped. You'll find you lose track of time in a place like this.
Time?
You know, you've been down here over 70 hours, and I'm just thinking, some of the other souls started turning into hollows by now. Oh, and one more thing. The final encroachment? It's nothing like the other ones.
You're going to try to rescue her, aren't you? Your lieutenant. I saw how you were at the captain's meeting. From that moment on, I had a hunch you'd be leaving to help her. We share some history with all the time we spent together at Lady Yoroichi's mansion. How could you think that I wouldn't catch on to what you had in mind? I find that question unreasonable. I will not let you go. That is, you will not be going alone.
Huh?
Like you, tonight my mind kept gnawing at me, feeling a fear beyond all words. Come along. Let us rush there together under the cover of darkness. We must go to where they are.
You seem in distress, young lady. It's at times like this when you need a real hero. The spirits are always with you! Yes, viewers, I'm back and beautiful! Don Kanoji is in the house! Everyone's favorite spirit hunter has been resurrected! That's right, I've come back to give it to you! Count your blessings because the one and only Don has returned!
It seems you're convinced. But allow me to repeat the restriction involved in this matter. If either Mr. Ichigo or Mr. Pork are removed from the box by anyone before another 15 minutes have elapsed, all three objects involved, by that I mean Mr. Pork, Mr. Ichigo, and the box, will be completely consumed by the flame of time. That, you see, is my Fullbring. Time tells no lies.
I can smell it. An especially tasty soul. It's nearby. Along with the smell of a soul reaper. I found you.
You see, she still gets up every morning when the streets are deserted and comes to the place where I died to pray for my soul to move on. But I'm worried. She's not looking so well. In fact, my sister's so worried about her, she asked Mom to leave her apartment and move in with her and her husband. And I thought that would be good for her. It's just that with all of the time I had been putting in learning to bake cakes, I've been working so hard that my mother never even got to taste one of them.
We're here looking for the guy named Ichigo Kurosaki. Where is he? Look what he did! He busted up 7 teeth of one of my homeboys here! 7! He must be some kind of moron! Normally it's 2 teeth at the most! I know you can hear me, Kurosaki! You gotta be trembling in fear out there wondering how I was able to find out your name and all! You got careless! My boy here got a good look at your face! After that, finding you was a piece of cake! So here's the deal, Kurosaki! Until you decide to come out here, me and my boys from Miyasho High are gonna seal off your school gate!
Did someone tell you that the 10 espadas were numbered for their strength from 1 through 10?
They're not?
Espadas are actually numbered from 0 to 9. I'm the only espada capable of changing his number by accumulating power and going into full release state. Espada 0, I am Yami Ryalgo! You came here to kill me? Those are pretty big words for a puny little soul reaper. You might want to reconsider. Before you decide, you should ask yourself if I look like an ordinary hollow. Watch. I was going to swallow that sword if you didn't retrieve it. My body is protected by many dense layers of sand. You are wasting your time if you think a tiny weapon like that will bring me harm. I must say that move was a surprise, but I thought you would have realized by now that I have much more strength than the likes of Runokanga. You might have come close, but it's now time for me to finish both of you off. Did you think I wouldn't see that coming the second time?
You're the one who gave me the idea. That is your own power, the only thing that is absolute in this world. Something about all this seems strange to me. As we've witnessed, everything your power touches grows old, rots, and crumbles to dust. But that doesn't explain why it prevents you from turning into dust as well. That paradox led me to come up with a theory. If you weren't suffering the effects of exposure to this power, it stood to reason that you must have surrounded your body with something that could hold it at bay. I had to breach that barrier, so I forced your power back inside of you, to a place where that protection would normally never reach.
A mere mortal, able to use the flash step?
Not the flash step. Hiren Kyaku.
Hiren Kyaku? Well, well. The rumors were true then, so you're the last surviving Quincy.
Heard of me?
A little. Indulge me, Quincy. What's your name? The name is Kazuryu. What's the matter? This sword is no zanpakuto, my friend. It is a bakoto. Why, there's no comparison. Bakoto are not restricted by things like shikai and bankai.
Captain Yamamoto, please, sir, allow me to handle this matter.
Shinetsu.
I shall uncover the secret of the suspicious sword and bring that secret back to you.
Master.
Hold it right there! Haruko!
Huh?
I'm sorry. I was way off base.
Huh?
I made a mistake. I want to get back together if you'll let me. I miss your cooking. It was so delicious. Tell me, is it too late? Come here, Haruko. Hello? Haruko? Can you hear me? Where did you take off to?
After Rukia was captured, and before she was transferred to the Repentance Cell, or the White Tower as you call it, she was held in a cell within the Squad 6 barracks. At the time, I was assigned to cleaning duty there, so I saw her when she was brought in. To be honest, I was scared of her at first. I mean, she is nobility after all. But then
Then what?
on that first day, when I spoke to her, I'm so sorry to disturb you, Miss Rukia, but I have to come in and start my cleaning chores now.
Nice to meet you. I'm Arankar 16. I'm called Pierrot.
I'm in the 13th squad.
Never mind, you don't have to bother telling me. If I had to listen to the names and titles of everyone I was about to kill, I'd never get anything done.
What?
What the hell is this? Oh well, tough luck for you, Soul Reaper. The sky is my domain. It's where my true strengths lie. A sword that can freeze the ground isn't worth much up here. Die!
Hey. The Bankai all you captains have. Are all of them that powerful?
Huh?
I know you heard the question. Are they just as strong? I see. Then how does yours stack up? For example, between the Bankai of that ice guy over there and yours, which is stronger? Interesting. So that means at this moment, you're still stronger than him. When the others evolved from Hollow to Arankar, they divided their powers into a body and a sword. We, on the other hand, divided ours between two bodies. And when we are reunited as one, our power becomes fully released.
I guess our cover's been blown. Don't make us repeat ourselves. We are known as Espada number 9, Aroniero Arurueri. Let's talk about your technique instead. Rikujo Koro. Among the current Soul Reaper captains, Byakuya Kuchiki is the most adept with this particular Kido. A double incantation using Rikujo Koro and Soren Sokatsui. We don't have a memory of your being able to use those particular techniques, but you blew your chance. If you had the skills to hit us directly with that Kido, you might have easily inflicted a serious injury.
I sensed a strong spiritual pressure, so I thought I'd take a look. I found a captain, haven't I? You look a little worse for wear. You haven't been poisoned by a Beto, have you?
So this is your doing.
If I just let a living soul sit after harvesting it, it becomes rancid.
What?
Don't worry. You won't suffer long. Oh, please don't give me that look. The poison is fatal and there's no antidote. Master Noitora. Yes. Aren't you going to finish him off, sir? You did beat him. What is it? Is something the matter? Where to? I will not allow a weakling like yourself to land a blow on Master Noitora. My lord. I'm terribly sorry, my lord. But I couldn't hesitate. I saw the enemy put all of his strength into a final attempt to defeat you. I was afraid of the possibility of you being injured.
Take a look at this world. This world of yours used to be full of hope, filled with skyscrapers. Now it looks like the rundown small town it is. This place has sunk to a new low. The rain that continued to fall on this world has subsided. But now everything has submerged itself into this ocean. And this all happened because you lost hope and stopped moving forward. Ichigo, I cannot leave you like this. I know what has to happen. I will rip out the root of your despair. Damn it! They found me. I'm finally able to choose my own path. I won't give up my freedom now.
Damn straight. Being on your own is great, kid. You can roam wherever you want, when you want. It's a miracle creatures like you and I have even gotten a taste of it. Yep, that's right. Come on, look the other way, will ya? As long as I'm on the loose, you get to be your own man, right? Once you capture me, it's right back on the leash.
How nice to see you again. I want to show my appreciation since you saved me from that brat. So to pay you back, I thought we'd have some fun before I kill you. I don't think that's a good idea! Is this what you were looking for, your little toy? Instead, how about we see what you can do without your weapon? I'll give it back to you when I finish cutting you up! Ah! There's more where that came from! I won't finish you off just yet. I had to survive your torture last time. Now it's my turn to put you through the same pain. Let's see if you find it just as enjoyable.
Be quiet! This is not a game I'm playing and you can't watch! Would you please stop talking? I just don't understand why so many people in this town can see me. Hey, what's going on? Oh, Lady Kuchiki, what an unexpected surprise to see you!
Hey, wait! Why are you dressed up like a Soul Reaper? I see you. What are you up to? What? Who am I? I'm Zenosuke Kurumadani. Ms. Rukia Kuchiki had a little trouble with the law, so an elite Soul Reaper was left in charge of the area. So tell me, are you shaken yet? Combat pass? No way! That's funny! A combat pass? Give me a break, kid! Who do you think you're fooling with that thing? Come on! Say something! If you want to apologize, now's your chance!
So what does it say? Yep, knew I was right. We shouldn't waste any time. We need to get on this. We have to catch her and retrieve the gigai she's using. It was kind of a lucky turn of events. I can't tell you why, but I felt like watching some broadcasts from the world of the living. When I turned on the monitor, I saw this play. Just good timing, I guess. Admit it, you're jealous. So, any indication as to when they're gonna send us her gigai? Well, you don't say. Who's on that team if I'm not being too nosy?
Rukia Kuchiki. That's a name that everybody at Soul Reaper Academy knows. Let's face it, you're famous. Adopted into the noble Kuchiki family, you were known to the rest of the student body as the Princess of Rukon District. And I, of course, am Ekichiro Saido. You remember me now, don't you? I was older than you, but you know my reputation.
Maybe this'll ring a bell. They call me that really funny guy, right?
I've never heard of you.
Oh, well, no matter. I suppose we should get down to business.
Hey, settle down. All you gotta do is answer a few questions.
You can use our power to construct a shield to reject any spirit attack. It's time, Orihime. Now, call out our names. I am Hinagiku. Oh, dear me. He's on a terrible rampage. That's correct. And not only that, you need to stay strong, because any doubt that resides in your heart has a direct negative influence on our powers as well.
Absorbing the concentrated extract of living souls has made it possible for us to evolve at an incredible rate. Yet, despite it all, the one thing that eludes us is happiness. You treat us as if we're monsters, completely forgetting that we were born human.
Even when we tried to fit in, we were ostracized. You tormented us, treating us like freaks, simply because we have slightly different abilities.
Rejected. Persecuted. We have no way to leave descendants to our legacy. No matter what, our numbers will never increase.
We can only diminish. You'll never know how that feels. You can't fathom the pain.
Well, look who it is. You have some nerve showing your face here. No matter. We underestimated that substitute Soul Reaper. It appears his power is far greater than we assumed it to be. So, what is your plan? Then show me your resolve.
Prove it to me. You have formed a bond with the sword that cannot be broken. Well, Hansa, do you understand what you've just done? You've proven yourself. I, Gyukaku Kumoi, have personally witnessed it. Go, bring me the heads of the substitute Soul Reaper and the princess.
Oh yeah, I am the mighty Kagetsu Buri. Huh? When was the last time you took a look in the mirror? I've seen more hair on a baby's butt! That's lame. You're the reason my manifestation has a spare tire instead of a waist, you lazy ass. What? Yeah, well, good luck making that happen. And Hozuki Maru, you stay out of this. Who the hell are you? Ugh, thought I had ya. Hey, don't blame me. You're the one who needs to start paying attention. Winning is all that matters here. This whole thing ain't right. First you kidnapped me, then you brought me here, and now that you're done with me, you give me see ya? What the hell's with that? You know, that is just rude. It blows. Money. I should be paid for my pain and suffering. Pay me and I'll keep my mouth shut about what went on. Sounds fair, right? I bet that nutjob grabbed you just like she did me and then dragged you over here too. What you kids are into nowadays, I don't even have a clue. But her parents gotta be nuts as well. But regardless of that, I'm not budging from here until I get some cash for what I went through, and you should try to get some— Ow!
The perfect being, you said? Well, I have to tell you the honest truth as I see it. In this world, nothing perfect exists. It may be a cliché after all, but it's the way things are. That's precisely why ordinary men pursue the concept of perfection. It's infatuation. But ultimately, I have to ask myself, what is the true meaning of being perfect? And the answer I came up with was nothing. Not one thing.
Chad was lucky to fight who he did. He left Chad wounded but alive. Orihime and Uryu have avoided confrontation and so far haven't gotten a scratch. So, you just stay here in the barrier and rest a while. Half of your organs were crushed, after all. If it hadn't been for this thing, you would have been sliced in half. Fortunately for you, it looks like it absorbed much of the impact. Yes, it was. I was surprised to find you were still carrying this object around. What do you mean? How could you have it on you and not know it? So, what should we do? The atmosphere in the forest has been agitated. Hey, forget him. Looks like we've got something better. I was going to get you with one shot, but I missed. Oh well. Don't move, Soul Reaper. Don't move a single hair. If you do, the Hollows are going to eat them. And that's not all. The guy who Lord Aizen placed in charge of this forest says that he wants to fight Ashido one-on-one. So we drew you out. That's right.
Now I understand. It seemed to me that I completely misjudged your feelings all this time. If that's what you truly believe, Kaname, then you and I will never see eye to eye. Yes, it is justice. Our beliefs are incompatible, and it's fruitless trying to reason with you. Therefore, I must destroy you for the sake of the Soul Society. I don't want to kill you, but I'm glad I've learned your true feelings. It makes it easier to forgive myself. I've already forgiven you.
Power must always be controlled by its possessor, but at times power is too great to wield.
In order to obtain balance, you will require a heart that is sensitive to the use and limitations of that power.
I am well aware of the tremendous scope of your abilities. However, you still lack the heart to make the most effective use of those powers. You should use this incident as a warning to yourself. Don't forget you bear the title of our clan and responsibility for your actions on its behalf.
But...
That is all. You may leave.
No, well, you see, it's like this. I was just,
It's a Ryoka.
You see, it was kind of like, well, you see, what happened was, there was this situation.
Situation? Really? Tell me about it.
Well, it was kind of like... Well, you see, I was just kind of minding my own business, when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this girl just squirted out!
She squirted out?
Yeah, she did this weird bubbly thing.
Bubbly thing?
That's right, bubbly. So I said to myself, I'd better snatch her up and bring her to you right away.
Really? We should take her back with us to show the others.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Lowly little Soul Reaper. Don't get carried away with yourself. You might be under the impression that you're a worthy opponent. But we've been wiping out Soul Reapers like you since long before you were born. Despite that, we allowed someone like him.
Yeah, despite what? Go on.
Nothing. It's of no concern to your kind. Fine then. Out of respect for your fearlessness in the face of death, I'll reward you by showing you my most powerful form. Defile Helifalte!
Icewing, shut your face! Stop acting like you're all high and mighty and smarter than me! So you finally give it up, human fool! Ah! Damn it! You'll pay for that! I won't lose to a weakling like you! You hear me? I won't lose! No! He couldn't! No way!
I see. So that's what you are. I know that spell. It's a Soul Reaper spell. But yours was so weak it had no bite to it. Too bad. You're weak. Your spell has no bite. If you're really a Soul Reaper, why don't you lose the meat suit and fight me for real? Either way, you die. It was just a lucky punch. He scared me for a second. I thought he could see me.
Let me introduce myself, students. My name is Ganguro Onabara. I'm also pleased to inform you that of all the incoming freshmen, your test scores on the entrance exam were the highest. In other words, welcome to the advanced class. Congratulations. Of course, this means that expectations for you are higher as well. You must train hard and strive to not merely serve your future squad, but to excel in each of your various pursuits.
I'm Aoga. Once inside that perimeter, each group will engage in practice combat with dummy hollows. I think that everyone has returned safely.
You bastard, you killed her!
Aoga, no!
Hey, Captain, what do we do?
It's a child. Sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I had to go to the Squad 12 barracks for assistance. Please forgive me. I'll relieve you now. You can go inside and rest. Right. Understood.
So, you're still breathing, are you?
It's Sonido.
Wait a second. That doesn't hurt at all. That knucklehead Uryu going off on his own. How can I play the goofy comedic character without a straight man? Take a look at what I just did. I fell on my butt because I was always like this, not because I was playing dumb. I'm a natural comedian. I seem to have fallen into the middle of something very strange. I don't know what's going on, but nobody here looks too friendly. Is this bad? It isn't good. I definitely think it's bad. That's...
Huh? Tell me, why was I carrying you like that? No, it's not that. I just got excited when I thought Nell was nearby. Everything else is just a blur.
You know what? Your whole brain is a blur.
I really couldn't help myself.
Oh.
That hurts, you know. I'd like it if you didn't keep doing that. Wait a minute, Pesce's gone. Where is he? When did he disappear? What? Are you sure about that? You mean Pesce? Who's lived with me all this time? He's never been anything more than an illusion in my mind right from the very beginning? Pesce! Pesce!
You got out by yourself!
Where were you, Pesce? Oh, Pesce, did you come here to save me? It was terrible!
Yeah.
Oh, the horror! I was terrified! Terrified, Pesce! You talk too much!
Shut up! A more respectful Hollow would have held off while I talk.
Who cares? But never mind that. Who are you? No, not really. That fake intensity of yours comes off as overacting. It's a real turnoff.
You mean that?
I do. Look at that pose you're striking. It really sucks. Who cares? You left yourself open. Ouch! That really hurt. You caught me at the bridge of my nose. My sinuses are throbbing. Owie! Oh, you're mean.
You are completely loco, man. There's no way you could ever be a match for me. I am Arrancar number 107, Gantumbine Mosqueda. That'll never work. A human who can't even use a sonido will never connect with his weak little punches. I've tried to tell you again and again, but you're just too stubborn to listen. If you still want to fight, I won't try to stop you. But you should know, you're gonna die.
The only way we can return to our normal form again is by returning our abilities back into sword form again. Changing our forms without returning powers back into the sword would cause serious damage, like losing an arm. I'm very bad at conserving energy. You'd be surprised at how much spirit energy I end up expending by wearing these arms and feathers. It's immense. So if I can't use them, then I might as well discard them. This will enable me to concentrate my spirit energy.
Will you please try to talk some sense into your friend? He doesn't seem to understand that he's about to die.
2-on-1 fights don't do it for me.
Oh, please. This is so annoying. Hmm? Yami!
Huh?
Let me have that kid you're fighting too.
What?
It's so tedious fighting them this way. I'd rather take all 4 of them on at once. I'll simply release my power, and finally put an end to all your boring lives.
Shut up, you ignorant little fool! Who cares if he's injured or not? This is a battle. It's not supposed to be a fair fight. A battle is a monster from which inequality and intolerance are born. A battle forms in stages. First, hatred develops. Then hell is unleashed. For various reasons, one makes an enemy. And at that moment, everything pulses towards a battle. You think you can come wandering into your enemy's backyard, cause a ruckus with all that fighting, and expect to sneak out without being noticed? Damn. I was really looking forward to getting in on some of the action. But the odds aren't very good now that there's only one of them left. Seems like our captain just abandoned us so he could go fight on his own. Ichinose. I owe that guy a little payback, too. That bastard! And with the other squad so exhausted from the fighting, we get to do whatever we want to him if we find him. So go and find him!
The Soul Reapers have quickly sniffed us out, and it looks like they're on their way. How cocky of them. Well, they're going down. Now stab! Ladies, go! That's right. This is my true form! Ha! I'll end this with one shot!
Remember my name? You probably don't. You must pay more attention. That's okay. I'll just have to repeat it then. Pay attention, my name is Zailaporo Grans. I placed them all over his body and collected the pertinent data during the autopsy. I considered him nothing more than a box built to carry my Reichu. I'm not childish enough to get mad at you for breaking my box. I forgive you.
What the hell are you talking about? Despair? Fear fighting? Avoid battle? I'll say to you what you said before. I must not understand your concept. If you ask me, a battle is all about pushing yourself, relishing it, so you can crush your enemy!
It's supposed to be exhilarating! Your feeble technique can't break me. In the end, I won't be the one bowing my head in apology. It will be you, Devorar Pluma!
Quit hitting a baseball in front of someone's house! And the only one allowed to hit a Jinza home run is me! Kasai! What was that? How dare you pound on my head like that? What if I get brain damage? Come out here, you! Stop that!
Please be quiet!
I'm gonna kill you! That's why I said to stop! That is the name the Soul Society has given me. But I'm not a beast, I'm just an ordinary zanpakuto who's lost his master. My master was a cowardly Soul Reaper, and now I found out I'm just like him. So to survive, I needed to protect myself. I was scared and knew I was weak. I thought if I aligned myself with the other sword beasts, I'd be protected. But because I was close to them, I was hunted down as they were. At the first sign of danger, I ran and hid. And I'm still hiding to this day.
Lieutenant and third seat. And you are? I'm Shinta Seiko. Sorry, I didn't remember your name. That's okay. I'm still new, and I don't even have seat ranking yet. Where was it? Over there, near the pit. I spotted an unusual shadow, so I tried to follow after it. Then what? Well, sir, it appeared to vanish down into the hole. Into the execution grounds? Nothing could survive that fall, could it? Iori? I can't believe it. You're really here. Iori! Oh, Iori, please, you've got to help me. We were colleagues, weren't we? I just want to go home. Please, I just want to go home. Please. Don't move! Listen, I just want you to get me out of here right now. If you don't, I'll cut her throat.
Because of the intruders, I imagine. It looks like Aromazon was defeated in battle. Not alone. There was another spiritual pressure here as well. Yeah, it looks like this one's also a Soul Reaper.
Both of them are just barely alive. Prepare to begin retrieval.
I wonder what that means. Wait, have you finally decided to join us? I'm sort of impressed you found our hideout. I don't mean to put you down, but it is a surprise considering how much you usually suck at detecting spiritual pressure. The bottom line is, I figured you'd come here, eventually. To make it easier for you, we got together and pumped out as much spiritual pressure as we could to help you find your way here. I guess it must have worked. The fact that you're here convinces me that you finally decided to come over to our side. Am I right?
As far as I can tell, I'm guessing that in order to move from the other dimension into this one, he needs a space wide enough for his body.
That makes sense.
An enormous amount of energy is displaced when he moves through space. That would make it physically impossible to enter a cramped area like this. Take it easy. Wait a minute. What if I lure him into my dimension? We know that he has an alternate dimension within his body. If I can surround his body with my power, I should be able to contain everything within that dimension. Once I've done that, I can move the objects around at will. Since we both create alternate dimensions with spiritual power, it should work. You'll need to occupy him long enough to lure him in front of me without his noticing.
Lady Ruricchio's mother, the previous matriarch of the family, passed shortly after her daughter was born. Her father followed soon after, taken by illness. We've been her guardians ever since, standing in for the parents she never knew. It's too soon, she's still young. We thought it better to wait till she had a chance to come of age, but the situation is more complicated now. A man by the name of Gyokaku Kumoi is acting as temporary viceroy for the clan. Lately, vassals under his service have begun to disappear. Seems he's been disposing of anyone who doesn't fall in line. We believe he's been abusing his station, using his influence to seize control of the Kasumioji clan.
It seems our doll has caught them off guard. My compassion for them wore out long ago. We've wasted too much time. We'll just have to deal with it. Let's finish this quickly. I gotta admit, I'm kinda tired of all of this. Ghoul! Ghoul! Go on, show these people your greeting.
Huh. You've got some nerve. You think you could just ask and we'll tell you everything you want to know. I'm Hiyori Sarugaki. Huh? Don't make me repeat it. All right, you two, I told you my name. Now it's your turn. Tell me yours. Huh. A princess and a tiger, huh? Those are pretty impressive names. Well, our names only mean monkey in common. I have to say we're very jealous, really. I mean, just look at you. You've got such smooth hair and a really beautiful bod. I could totally despise you now that I think of it. Pardon my friend's words. Anyway, I'm afraid that I can't answer any of your questions. In fact, I think we'll be better off if I just kill you.
Sosuke, the reason I hate you isn't that you gained our trust and chose to betray us. I hate you because you made me hurt my friends. You used me! And them. You destroyed us. You ruined what we shared. Aizen! I'm seething with hate for you. It's been boiling inside me for 100 years. I can't live with this hate. I won't go back to the old ways until you're dead.
So, you were able to shatter that cascada. But you've accomplished nothing. When we sacrifice ourselves, it's to further our tactical advance. You, on the other hand, are willing to fall in battle simply to protect the other members of your squad. My subordinates were not simply defeated. Each one left behind a marker for me, a guideline telling me how to carry on the fight. If I lose this battle, the sacrifices of my predecessors will have all been for nothing. I hold within me the resolve of those that have fallen before me.
Hey! Are you listening to me, Kensei? What do you mean by unknown? What's wrong with you? A captain doesn't just go investigate something unknown without knowing what it is first. Yeah, but an advance party was sent out first. 10 people. You could have just waited for them to report. But no, I'm Kensei. I can't
Lieutenant,
wait.
please, you're doing it again.
I'm Kensei. Ooh. Don't you know that it's against the rules for a lieutenant to leave her captain's side? Shame on you for not knowing that, Kensei. See? I'm getting better. Didn't that sound pretty?
Yeah, right. It sounded pretty bad.
That's not true, and you know it. My big brother. What does he mean? I just wanted to come here, that's all. Now that you're with me, I feel a lot better. I don't have to be afraid anymore.
The Combat Pass is a device that communicates with the Soul Society, absorbing your spirit energy, then analyzing and controlling it. It was given to you so that they could keep you under their eye, and under their thumb. It's not that you never felt it was strange, though. You simply pushed those questions into the back of your mind. These were people you bonded with in battle. They would never do such a thing to you. It defied reason. You didn't want to believe that they could betray you like that. Am I right? Now let me tell you the name of the man who spawned this idea. Joshiro Ukitake, the captain of Squad 13.
You don't know? Once your comrade falls in battle, you're gonna want revenge. That's what's unnerving about him. I mean, who wouldn't be affected by the death of a comrade in arms? If he's shaken up by his death, we should strike while his guard is down. And if he's seething with anger because of it, we need to attack him before he snaps. Well, we can talk all day. Or we can strike first!
Hey!
Everything okay? He's gone. I'm so sorry, but what exactly do you mean? All systems! Analyze the distribution of spiritual pressure! The main body of the original Arrancar needs to be able to communicate at all times with its clones. There's no way that he'd be hiding in a place that's shut off from the world of the living like Hueco Mundo. I wonder if maybe he should have applied for Gente Kaijo. I came here from the Soul Society long ago. It was several hundred years ago, actually.
Unbelievable.
I know. I was chasing after a hollow back then, as it was retreating to Hueco Mundo. I followed and landed in this place before I knew it, and I've been here ever since, constantly fighting and destroying hollows.
That's horrible. Isn't there any way to escape?
Yes, there is.
Well, then why haven't you tried to leave?
Because I am a Soul Reaper. As you just said, my current power level is exactly that of one of your 5th seats. It pleases me that you guessed correctly, but I should have expected as much from a lieutenant. So you pass.
What?
That was a test. I wanted to see whether or not you could accurately gauge my power level. Because otherwise, what would be the point of engaging you at a more potent lieutenant level? It's a waste if you can't tell the difference. I was at a 5th seats level. But now... It appears that trading insults isn't giving either of us an advantage. So let's simplify things. I have a proposal for you.
A proposal?
Whoever dies is automatically the ugly one. You never stop talking, do you? It's going to make my victory all the sweeter.
Glad I amuse you.
Enough fun. I guess you won't mind if I make things a little more serious. Muramasa has no say in my actions. Everything that's happened has been a blur. When I was released from my master, I lost all my memories.
All of your memories?
I've chosen to continue working for Muramasa at this time. But my real goal is to find my true master.
Your true master?
That's right. Because of my enormous power, the one who uses me must be the most powerful Soul Reaper of all. That is why, logically, it could not be a child like you.
It's true that my power hasn't reached its potential. But that doesn't change the fact that I am your owner!
Easy to say. But if you truly are my master, then you will show me proof. Words will not convince me. Your back is wide open to attack. You're finished. You're in my way. I don't like it. What? No. He's so gloomy. Hey, kid, laugh. I said laugh. What a gloomy kid.
You don't. No one will be leaving now. That's how the room was designed. We are the guardians of this portal, and our orders are very clear. Anyone who tries to get to Las Noches through this room without permission has to be eliminated. If we fail in that mission, the sentence is death, pure and simple. We will all be crushed as the room collapses. This is the type of enemy you face. The war will be without end. There will be no victory for you!
Hey, Chad! Sato Yasutora. What, you think you're too good to say hi to me? Well?
Who are you?
I'm Reiichi Oshima from Togata Junior High, damn it! Are you playing me?
What's the problem here?
Listen, this is between me and him, so why don't you just bug off? Chad and Ichigo running away, like two scared rabbits. What's your problem? Are you a friend of Ichigo's or something? Mizuhiro Kojima has joined the other side.
It isn't nearly that simple. That barrier is made from a stone known as Seki Seki. It's rare, even in the Soul Society. This is a fragment of it. As you can see, it completely repels spirit energy. Therefore, it's impossible to smash through the barrier with spirit energy alone. Even cut into a small piece such as this, it emits a wave that breaks down spirit energy from all sides. Which means that the Serete has a spherical barrier which surrounds them, protecting them not only from the sky above, but even below the ground. So you see, that's why we use this.
What are you talking about? I'm the one who should be punished. I don't copy idiots. No way! What are you talking about, Sentaro? Captain, I'm the one with the greatest respect for you. In fact, I'd say I love you. Let's just say I respect you a lot. Huh? Why don't you just shut up, you moron? You wanna fight? Let's go! What are you talking about, Sentaro? I'm much more concerned about her than you are, and I'm the one who's going to get her out. Now listen. The captain and I will do everything we can to see that you are released as soon as possible. Go ahead and try! You shut up! I was on my way to Squad 4 already!
Are you all right? Oh, good. I was worried for a second. Oh, I've been here a little while. Long enough to see you take care of the hollow. I just came in case you messed it up and needed me to save you. You take care of yourself now. You'd have to admit that's some pretty unusual advice coming from someone like you, Lieutenant. It's all right. I take my mission as a Soul Reaper very seriously. And this Hollow's horrible crimes cannot be allowed to continue. I'll do whatever I can to put a stop to such evil. Oh, don't worry about me. This is just a recon mission. We'll gather all the information and leave all the heavy stuff to you and the Lieutenant. Recon team, let's move out.
So then what you're saying is that the more losses they suffer, the stronger they become. Well, if that's the case, perhaps we should consider our next move cautiously. You got him. So you have now lost your chance to attack him because you botched your previous attack. I'm truly amazed. There he is. Time to play. Kinshara. Sorry. As I've explained to you earlier, there's a real art to making an impression in any kind of situation. I'd say he looks a bit more motivated now. Fighting cowardly types who lack motivation is just not my style. It's not as satisfying when we finally defeat them. Though I did manage to avoid being discharged, I was still sentenced to probation. And so my chances to ever become a seated officer were effectively over. And I was forced to watch other less skilled members move up the ranks. I'd lost my station within the squad, and finally received orders to join the Expeditionary Unit. In my despair, I stayed with the Expedition Unit and continued killing Hollows, to prove my worth to those who didn't recognize my talent. And then finally, I encountered this awesome power. With this power I now hold, no one will ever be able to ignore me again.
Wonder why Smargera.
Sorry, pal, but I'm afraid I'm just not mature enough to hold back against a kid. You relax. I'm gonna school this guy a little bit. It sounds like you're happy. Idiot. This is happening because you didn't listen when I warned you. I'd never avenge someone who behaves like that. That kid needs to be taught a lesson. I'll knock him down a peg. Are you kidding? Stop that! Let me show you how you throw a punch! Are you ready for what's next? Bankai. Tekken Tachikaze! In his opinion, there are two types of battles in this world. He's thought about this quite a bit. He says there are battles to defend your life and battles to defend your pride. That makes sense, right? Seems like a fairly clear separation. But personally, Rukia, I don't believe that's quite accurate, because in the final analysis, you end up defending the exact same thing.
The same thing? What would that be?
Your heart, of course.
Please, get real.
Do what? I'm being serious here! Show some respect! I don't like the idea of some newbie coming along and being put in charge of the squad. That doesn't mean anything to me. The problem is some guy I've never even heard of has just become my captain. How am I supposed to follow his orders? Right. It's not looking so good. That must be him. Not too impressive. Well, if not, he's in big trouble. He's wearing a captain's coat. He's trying to say that up until yesterday we were doing fine without a captain.
Spring. A time when everyone sets off for new places with their hearts full of hope. That's spring. But the hope in my heart had died long ago, and not even the magic of the season could revive it. I don't really have a mother. I made her up. Sure, thanks. Hello, hello! This is Mizuriro, calling the world! Come in, world! Are all of our cords properly connected? My world appears to be spinning correctly. All systems are green. Communications... failure.
Then I got lucky. I got shipped out with a load of goods by mistake, but I always expected to be discovered and destroyed. I was alone for what seemed like years. I had quite a while to think about how things should be. And you know what I feel? I decided no one has the right to take someone's life away. I exist, and I should have the right to live my life for as long as I want to. Like humans, I deserve that. So I refuse to take a life. That's the reason why I will never kill any living creature.
Show me what you got to bet. I suppose you want to bet your life. You're new around here, aren't you? This isn't the world of the living, friend. We do things different in the Soul Society. Who the hell are you, anyway? What do you want here? What do you mean? Wait a minute. You're not those...
When are they gonna get off the field already? Aw, come on!
What? That's disgusting! But if we lose, we'll have to eat grass off the field. I know! How about we ask your brother to play for us?
Huh?
Yeah! Ichigo's probably better at soccer than all of us! Oh, well...
There's the man. How you doing, Third Seat Kibune? You're the last person I expected to see. Why are you out here so late?
Have you been drinking?
Oh, you mean you can tell?
We're supposed to be on emergency alert.
Sorry about that. I only had a little bit of sake. Do you mind keeping this between the two of us?
Hmm.
And if you do, Third Seat Kibune, I promise I'll keep my mouth shut about what you were doing out here in the middle of the night.
I saw Afro Dude lying in a heap back there, so I borrowed his sword. I've never done kendo or anything, but I figure it's better than having nothing. I'll explain later. Anyway, let's get going. I found Mizuhiro. He's over there. Chizuru's with him too. But now's not the time for questions, Tatsuki. We have to go now! I feel that guy's presence. I sense him closing in on us as we speak. I divided up all the stuff we got. Here, this is your portion. See, it's rock candy. You're kidding, right? Don't tell me you've never even heard of it. Try it, it's sweet. No, I just... Why would I be looking for you? You're the weird one! You got a lot of nerve, you know that? I'm gonna be a Soul Reaper someday. Okay, I got it! No, I'm okay. Thanks for asking. Hey, check this one out, you guys. Am I talented or what? If you've got that fire ready, then we'll cook this baby up. Why are you just standing around? Get the fire ready. Grandfather, what an unsuspected surprise. Did you decide to rest here today rather than at the barracks? I'm so glad you did. It's been a long time since I've been able to talk to you. I very much enjoy our conversations. Me?
It's you, cat monster! Oh, please, when did I ever say I wanted you to come here and visit me? As the next head of the Kuchiki clan, I don't wish to be involved in your games. They're not fun. Stay right where you are, Miss Yoruichi Shihoin. You haven't seen my flash step yet. I do see. It appears you're trying to make me really angry. Fine. I guess you'll have to find out for yourself. The fact of the matter is I'm about to prove that my flash step is far superior to yours! No, Captain, please try to calm down. It's a hollow. Damn it.
That's a bit much, don't you think?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll take turns, one man at a time, every 2 hours. Heizo is resting inside with the captain and the others. You take watch over there.
Mom, where are you? Mommy, I'm kinda hungry. I'm okay. Oh, it's stupid Ichigo. What's he doing here? I know my mom's pretty, but don't try getting too friendly with her, you creep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Just kill him off.
Jeez, you destroyed him. Yeah, his hair was bright orange. Yeah, being punished stinks. Why didn't Miss Ito believe us? That high school student from earlier, he really was here, honest.
Lil Yama's down! We gotta help him! Wait, you talking to me? I guess somebody left those flowers for some kid who got killed here.
Ichigo is strong. A lot stronger than I thought he'd be. You'd better be very careful while you're fighting out there, Kensei. 'Cause if you aren't, Ichigo's internal battle to control his hollow needs to be finished within 1 hour. Not counting Hachigen, there's 6 of us to go before it becomes my turn again. If this battle gets all the way back to me, he'll be done for. You no longer control me. I am free now. You may choose not to believe it, but you may no longer keep me from doing anything. From now on, I will only do as I please. And I will not spare the life of anyone who gets in my way. My energizing spirit no longer lives in your sword. Until now, you had the ability to harness my power as a zanpakuto whenever you wished. And I graciously allowed you to do so.
I'm a what? What are you talking about? Are you blind or something? Man, wait a minute! Of course, you're just jealous. That's it. What a dummy, I should have figured it out from the beginning. I can't help it if you look bad and have a terrible odor as well. Could be worse, but it's not my fault you're fat and ugly. Don't blame me. Don't play dumb. It couldn't be any more obvious. You are suffering from a classic inferiority complex. It's why someone who looks bad tries to put down someone who looks good. Or why someone with no money puts down someone who's wealthy.
I was just informed only moments ago by Las Noches that we had intruders. I never would have guessed they had you measly garbage bugs acting as spies. Unforgivable. I'm going to turn you all into desert sand. You won't even confess to attempting a sneak attack. For this, you intruders must be punished. No more talk! How ill-mannered you are! How persistent you are! I'm going to finish you off all at once!
With pleasure, sir! Is there anything else I can do for you? Very well, sir! Absolutely, sir! Going forward! Going diagonally right! Going diagonally left! Now! Going down! We have now arrived at the rooftop! Yes! Is there anything else you'd like me to do? Absolutely, sir!
Over here? Who? What are you talking about? It's me. I see. So I still can't reach you. How very sad. Perhaps you can tell me how many times I must cry out before you can hear me. For there is no one in this world that knows me better than you do. You surprise me. How can you just sit there in a place like that? I've been worried about this since the day we met. You're a loose cannon without discipline or control. The Bounce endured centuries of hardships and were mesmerized by your strength and passion. That's the reason I followed you up to this point. But if you're planning to use the Jokai crest, that changes things. If it really is the source of our power, as you say, then it shouldn't be used as a weapon. It should not be an instrument of death. Karia, don't do this. It's like spitting on the gates of heaven. Outrageous! Don't you see the damage that you kids have done? This ridiculous show was broadcast on national television yesterday. Just look. With two of our students there for all the world to see. Rukia and Ichigo. This is very serious. Never in the history of this school has any student ever dishonored this institution by committing such an act of civil disobedience! You were there with them the whole time this was going on! Not so fast, Mr. Asano. You were there with him, yet you did nothing to stop him, so you're just as guilty as Ichigo. You don't get much, do you, mister? That's the trouble with you kids today. No awareness of the consequences of your actions. It's depressing!
My son, I'm very proud of you. You and your father and Karin and Yuzu, I am so lucky to have had those years with all of you. And I know that because of the love that all of you share, you will always keep the family together and strong, even without me. Ichigo, live on, my son. Live with strength and kindness, and never lose that smile. The smile you always wore when you looked at me. Ichigo, thank you for loving me.
Goodbye, Tatsuki. Nah, you don't have to do that. I'm the one with the raincoat on, so I don't mind. Let me protect you from stuff like that, okay? Come on, I won a point from her the last time. Hey, Mom, can I hold your hand, please? What's that girl doing?
I was lost there, in the North Rukon District, Area 79. A place known as Kusajishi. I've no memory of anything I saw there, other than the color of blood. The people around me were beastly and cruel. A helpless child like me would surely have been stomped to death before very long. But then you came along, from the North Rukon District, Area 80, a place known as Zaraki. You appeared from the very depths of darkness. You carved up my bloody world in an instant, and you gave me a name.
And I'm Ayame! Zanpakuto, I reject! Tsubaki, you stop that right now! Hello? Pierrot, what's up? Got a fever? Oh, that was no fun! I'm tired. I still want to sleep. Well, first you must show me your power. I won't do anything until you do that. Then I will test you.
Well, it's... because I wanted to help Rurichio. Please tell me where the real Rurichio is being held. Did anything bad happen to her?
I know you have questions, but calm down.
How can I possibly calm down? I am Rurichio's fiancé. I'm supposed to be the one protecting her.
I see.
I heard what you said after the ceremony. It made me think. Just what is my purpose for being here? Both our families arbitrarily agreed on our engagement. But then, I saw her. And from the first moment I caught a glimpse of Rurichio, I've been in love with her. It is often the case in the Soul Society, or rather, in the Rukon District, that people who aren't actually related to one another by birth form their own families and live together. People who have died in different times and places come to form special bonds. It's rare for someone to meet up with a real family member who died earlier.
But don't the Soul Reapers do what they can to reunite you with your family?
Well, no, not really. You see, I died in 1947. It happened in Yamanashi Prefecture. Long before Yuichi died. You can see by our age and location that we're far apart.
Idiot. Master drew her sword, didn't she? Be serious. That boy with the white hair doesn't stand a chance. If you feel you must assist her, you need to finish this woman first, then go. That's all I'm saying. You're really letting her get to you that easily.
What did you say? Who are you calling a female gorilla, you fat cow?
I second that motion. You are dead. Apache, you really thought you could beat the three of us with that pathetic technique?
There. That should do the trick. You'd never find a wife to take care of you as good as me.
Why would you say that? What are you, campaigning for a job?
What did you just say?
Nothing. I was just thanking you for taking such good care of my friend, that's all.
It was no big deal, really. In fact, it was my pleasure. I wouldn't mind it at all if your friend stayed here for the rest of his life. Is that a possibility?
It still wouldn't be long enough.
Huh? Why? What do you mean? Not long enough for what? Are you talking about love and marriage? Yay! That's it, isn't it? That's what you've been hinting at! Well, don't worry. You may have been a terribly lonely man who has never known love up until now. But that won't stop me. I'm ready for a serious relationship.
We just left. We were all in the car. Mom and Dad were up front, and we were in back. Going to the amusement park. When I woke up, this chain was attached to my chest, and I knew my mom and Dad were gone.
You're awake! Yui, do you remember who I am? You remember. You're okay.
You're confusing stubbornness with pride. The lieutenant is confused about the dynamic here. You realize that, right? Unlike your lieutenant, who's all business, my counterpart approaches battle as a type of game. Catch a dragonfly and she'll pluck off its wings. Catch a butterfly and she'll drown it in water. Catch a cicada and she'll rip off its legs. She can be very innocent and ingenuous, but merciless and cruel at the same time. I like to enjoy the finer things in life, but she's different. In fact, she tends to be rather dark and malicious. After seeing what she's capable of right before your eyes, it would be hard to accept her. And for Lieutenant Issei, who's so straight-laced, it's especially true. After all, the zanpakuto in question belongs to her captain. You can't really blame her for being confused.
What shall we play?
Huh?
Wanna play?
He wants to know who we are.
He does? Do you really not know who we are? Really? Come on, let's play! Come on, let's play! Come on, let's play! Come on, let's... Who could we be? Yeah, who?
I'm guessing Sogyo no Kotowari, right?
That's correct! Oh, he figured it out right away. How boring. It's okay. Let's begin the next game. Yeah, let's do it. What do you want to play? How about throwing fans? That sounds great. All right. 1, 2, 3. Ready? Go! When we became hollows, we transformed from humans to beasts. And then, as Arankars, we regained our sense of reason. Those with the ability to reason must have a purpose to fight. You lack a purpose. I'm under no obligation to keep fighting you. And there is no reason whatsoever to kill you. Sorry, that's not a reason. It's instinct. You are still a beast. I cannot acknowledge you as a true warrior, so you are not worthy to be my opponent. I won't have the life of someone who isn't a warrior on my conscience.
We need your help with Mental Zero. It's not working too well.
She can't quite control it. Sometimes it just shoots out all on its own. In fact, it's gotten so bad, if you're not careful, you might get hit by mistake. It's totally different from the bala I shot just a few minutes ago. If this one hits you, it could very easily kill you. Listen, girl, don't you talk about Lord Aizen. Don't you even dare speak his name. You don't fool me. You're full of yourself because sometimes you get to speak to him directly. Well, that's not gonna fly with me, you little twit.
Excuse me, Totsuki, you take art class, don't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So did you do our assignment, the one that was on our future?
How we see ourselves in the future?
Can I see yours? I drew one, but it's not very good. This is awesome. My drawing looks so lame, I don't even want to show it to any of you. So, Orihime, can you show me what you drew? Great! I can't wait to see it. You must have done... Orihime, what have you done? What is up with Ichigo? He never says hi or acts friendly towards anyone. It's really kind of strange. It's like he's in a good mood. Orihime? Huh? Oh, today is June 16th. It is. Excuse me?
Huh?
Please let me through. Move it. Hey! Over here! It's me! It's Yuichi, don't you remember? Right! Yuichi the cockatiel, you remember now, don't ya? I have not. People who've never been here before always make that mistake. You only think that because you knew me as a parakeet. Here you don't change at all. You stay the same as when you first get here. Oh, here's where I live. I know it looks kind of run down, but that makes it really cool in the summer. And my family, they're all really nice. What? You mean the reason I'm not able to return to my original form isn't because my master hates me? All this time I thought it was something I did!
Are you all right?
Oh, sure. It was just such a relief my body went limp for a second. What? Those aren't mine. I could never kill something then eat it.
Then where did that chicken come from?
They were prepared dishes from the camp kitchen. Your chickens are right here. After my master had rejected me, I decided I was going to live alone. But I was still lonely and wanted some company.
Your power, of course. You're a special human who possesses special powers. I've decided you're worthy of me. I have certain special powers as well. And since we both have special powers, I'm saying that we should be friends. Where I come from, that's the definition of special. It's secret. Now, why in the world would you want to keep something like that as secret? Maybe I should tell all your friends about it. That way they can stare at you suspiciously every time you come into a room. They'll be terrified of you. Won't that be fun? Impressive, but now that I think about it, maybe I'm giving you too much credit. Maybe I should be more impressed with myself for creating you. Just you wait and see. Before long, Karakura Town will be all mine! I'll get you for this, Karakurizer!
I found Giriko. On the way here, I discovered his body and pocket watch. So I stopped and buried them both together. While I am kinda relieved that I've lost my abilities, I do slightly envy Giriko for being able to die with his powers. Maybe it's because somewhere along the way, I've realized something about our Fullbrings. They were the only thing that tied us together.
Leave him alone!
Huh?
I also want to protect. I want to fight too, for everyone's sake. I can't just watch! Huh? What's this? What is happening? I'm such a burden.
Not that again.
But it's different this time. Everyone here is doing all they can to protect me, but I don't have the power to protect them. But then, when I thought of how I wanted to protect you, suddenly I had this sword. Now, I'll explain the rules for you. It's a little after 8, so you've got less than 4 hours to figure out who the imposter is before the clock strikes noon. If you guess who it is before time runs out, you win the game.
But if 12 o'clock comes and you guess wrong, then everyone in the whole school is going to disappear. You know, poof, as in to vanish or no longer exist. They'll evaporate into thin air. Your friends will be gone and you'll never see them again. Oh, and you only get one guess. Let me know when you've decided.
We've pinpointed the location of the sound that the Arrancar uses to control souls.
What exactly do you mean?
It looks like the original creature produces the strange sound, while all of his clones are acting as speakers and spreading it all over the town.
How is he doing that?
I don't know, but it's as if the main body and the clones are connected by a wireless connection.
Huh?
I'm guessing that they deliver the spirit energy they absorb back to the main body the same way. Maybe we can try to pinpoint the location of the main body by figuring out the distribution of the clones. Oh, I knew it! The clones aren't spread out over a large area. I'm calculating the location of their source by analyzing the distribution of where they appear. It's in the western part of Katakura Town, near the river.
Why am I feeling so weird? I mean, he must be a zanpakuto. I'm a zanpakuto too, but just by looking at him, I can tell that he's clearly a lot younger than me. Oh, come on, Hinako. You like older guys. You don't like kids. You're never interested in skinny-looking wimps. You're into mature guys, guys who have more meat on their bones than this beanpole. Yet, I can't help myself. I'm love-struck. You all right? I don't get this. I like manly men. Guys filled with testosterone, not passive guys like this weakling who's breaking a sweat just trying to stand up. But a sword beast is a sword beast. I'm gonna have to take you down. Yes, but afterwards, I got distracted by a man flying through the air.
Huh?
Things like that happen to me sometimes. Are you here, Ken? I'm home. I got lost for a while. That's why I'm so late. Sorry, I'll make your lunch right away. Here you go. Thanks for being patient. What do you think? Do you like it? Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and by the way, guess what? On my way home, I saw someone flying through the air in a black kimono. Oh, do you know who it is? It's possible. I've been seeing things like that ever since I was a little child. Well, I tried to not let it bother me, but then Ken, he...
Rukia, let go! Are you stupid? Come on! Stop it! Let's go! Ow! Mommy! Rukia took my doll and she hit me! Mommy!
There was a time when I was like that. A time when I looked at the world through sentimental eyes. Those warm feelings are gone now, replaced by an empty chill. The passage of time has worn them all away. I guess it does when you're not used to it. I've been hearing those bells for so long now, it doesn't affect me anymore. Not the sound of the bells, or the passage of time. It's strange, almost like I'm separated from reality. But as I watch those people busily going through their lives, I don't feel so lonely. I once thought that living with my kind was the right thing. But that was a long, long time ago.
Sure she noticed us. I'm certain she knew that we existed. After all, once you think about it, haven't we always been the ones closest to you? Hello, Orihime. We are the Shunshun Rika, your 6 princess shielding flowers, and we've come here to protect you. Geez, that was some reaction. But to be accurate, we're not fairies. Huh? You see, we are the powers from inside your soul, and each one of us is a part of you, and only you are able to see us. Well, maybe people like Ichigo Kurosaki can see us too.
Right. Let's see if all my students are in attendance today. Oshima and Sorimachi are never here because they're juvenile delinquents, so we won't worry about them, will we, class? I have an exciting announcement. A transfer student's going to join our class. Hey, please be quiet. You can come in now. Odd, where'd he go? Hey, Ichigo, where are you going?
To the restroom!
Restroom? Right. Hey! Chad, Orihime, where are you two going?
To the restroom.
Orihime, You should know that a young lady never runs off to the restroom like that!
Honestly. But I'm about to pee my pants! Or worse!
Go on then and come right back! I'm Kanisawa. Now listen up. We'll split up into groups of 3 and get ready to go. Everyone take out the lots you drew when we first assembled and then find the 2 students who have the same mark as you have. An advanced party of 6-year students has already entered the world of the living and constructed a temporary barrier. So the exercise was a success. What could have happened? Oh no!
I ask of you, please don't be angry with Rurichi. You see, she came to my party because very soon I'm going to be married. Don't be upset about it. It's the way life is sometimes. I accept it as my fate. This was going to be my very last tea party. Rurichi knew that when I sent the invitation, so she did everything she possibly could to attend. Because the way things work out, we may never be able to see each other again. Oh, how strange. Why am I crying? I've accepted it. It's not like I'm sad.
I hope, after all you've experienced, you weren't taking that girl seriously. If I hadn't shown up at that moment, you would have made the same mistake you made with that other girl. Those who are always surrounded by friends have it so easy. They will never understand what we have gone through. Loss, hate, abandoned by everyone.
Yes, but...
What is it?
She only said she wanted to be my friend.
Believe me, she didn't really mean it.
You think so?
Of course. You have a short memory. The lesson to be learned from our abandonment is not to trust what people say. They're likely to lie to you. That's why you and I were drawn to each other.
So Squad 3 is all alone. We're the only ones doing coordinated training drills. That's nothing. I've become Squad 11's gopher. It's awful. They chew me out even if I'm just 30 seconds late. Absolutely, it's like Squad 4 exists to do chores. But how? The captain didn't... Well, Lieutenant Kira? Me too. No way! If we take them down, Squad 3 will finally get some recognition. Yeah, with Captain Amagai at the helm, Squad 3 is in good hands. Can you clear up what's going on, sir? Sir! Sir! This just doesn't make sense. Lieutenant! 3rd seat Kibune!
Man, this is so much better than phys ed. What a waste of time. Dang! I can't believe I lost again. What's wrong with you? Get him! I created you, didn't I? Now do what I tell ya. What do you want? Did you see that? He just jumped from way up there. This high school guy just flew down on us and wrecked my player. So what? I can create a better character than that one. I don't know. Could it be because we lie to her about stuff all the time? Well, I'm not gonna let her get away with this. I'm telling my mom. It's that guy again! Did you see that? But Miss Ito, this time we're telling you the real truth. I mean it!
Whoa, you almost got me that time. I can't believe I slipped and fell on my behind. It's been a long time since that happened. What's that weird look on your face for? I bet you think you're the one who sent me flying backwards, don't you? You should really know better than that, but it's typical of a country bumpkin like you to believe that a gatekeeper like me could be blown away so easily. All I have to do is make one more swing with my mighty axe, and...
I am the 4th seat of Squad 7. I'm Jirobo Ikanzaka, also known as Jirobo of the Slicing Wind. My nickname, Wind Scythe, proves that I am the most skilled when it comes to dealing with projectile weapons. See how my countless blade stands through space? No one who has seen my attack has lived.
So tell me, do you like what you've seen of my Tsunzaki Garatsu? You can't even follow them with your eyes, can you? They're a prelude to your glorious death. Before my splitting crow, your bows and arrows are all but as helpless as a newborn babe. As a fellow master of flying weapons, all I can say is you'll truly regret ever having laid eyes on me.
Here's the latest situation report. Ikaku Madarame and Yumichika Ayasegawa, both of Squad 11, have apparently been withdrawn from the front lines effective immediately. It's reported that both high-ranking officers have sustained serious injuries. A detailed damage assessment for the entire squad is currently underway. But at the moment, all we have to go on are unconfirmed preliminary reports of the day's action, which would seem to indicate that Squad 11 was almost completely annihilated.
Have you recently heard from Substitute Soul Reaper Ichigo Kurosaki or Rukia Kuchiki? So, why don't you just tell us where she is?
Won't you please forgive us, sir?
Of course. You just be sure you get rid of him. He is, after all, a mere mod soul. He is of no use to us.
Loneliness is not a sin. No matter the circumstances,
Yes, sir.
I do not need help from others. Other people only get in the way. To help is merely to pity. It is an act of jealousy towards the strong, an insult to a noble spirit. To be alone is to be a selected one, a privilege reserved for a superior soul.
Isn't the fact that I have knowledge of the bounce proof that I am who I say I am? I'm the only one who knows about the bounce, other than the Soul Reapers of the Serete. All of the information on bounce, except for a small archive, should have been destroyed. You're a Bount, aren't you? There's no doubt in your mind that I am the real Ran Tao. You can feel it, can't you? I was certain you'd come one day, though I never imagined it would take this long. But still I waited.
Don't tell me that's all you've got! That's the best your Bankai can do? How did a loser like you ever get to be lieutenant? Guess the 13 court guard squads aren't that great? So, what's your plan now, brother? Well, if you don't want to make a move, how about I go first? Think you're smart, huh? Huh. Did you really think you could defeat me with tricks like that?
Whoever fought Deroy was very fortunate. The truth is, for an Arankar, he was incompetent, a failure of unbelievable proportions. You won't be that lucky. You're up against me, and I'm always victorious in battle. I'll play around until you're exhausted. And then, I'll destroy you! What's the matter, Soul Reaper? If that's the best you've got, you better give up now! Oh, I guess you're right. I'm a Arankar 13, also known... Never mind. Waste of time. I just realized there's no point in giving out my name to somebody I'm about to kill.
No, this cannot be the end. I refuse to go out this way. I broke the laws of my tribe. I devoured tens of thousands of human souls. I watched as my body aged prematurely as a result. Despite all of that, I never stopped trying to consume souls. I did it to increase my power. I did all these things for the goal of becoming the Bounce leader. Me, not Karya! I am the one most worthy of leading them. It should always have been my role!
And I remember distinctly telling you never to call for me when I'm in the middle of my nap. I'll take care of you. And with flawless technique. Now let's torment her. You're still not worthy. It would seem you have a death wish, and then end her life perfectly. I prefer a quick, bloody finish. Excellent. Witness the perfection of this technique.
The emptiness of being left behind. The hatred you feel toward those who remain. The power of these emotions becomes so strong, you find them more and more difficult to resist, until your life is controlled by them. You always have just one thing on your mind.
Revenge. You ask yourself, what am I doing with my life? But no matter how much you struggle toward the light, the voice in your head plunges you back into darkness. It says the only way to find peace in your heart is to destroy the lives that destroyed yours. And so finally you're committed. It becomes your life's goal. No force in the universe can remove you from your path.
Whenever I get injured, someone is always punished for allowing it to happen. Even if it was just a little scrape. There are always so many things that I want to explore, but each time I have tried, someone else ends up suffering. Like the time I tried to learn archery. Thanks to me, my archery tutor and maid were reprimanded and the boar was hunted down. And because I left the grounds unseen, the gatekeeper was relieved of his duties. I never noticed when I was a little girl, but thinking back, so many people must have been punished because of my actions. If I had known about that at the time, I promise I would have behaved myself. But no one told me. Is that not mortifying?
Good question. Tell me, do you know how to become a captain of the 13 court guard squads?
What?
You know, the same method Kenpachi Zaraki used when he made his name famous throughout the Soul Society. He didn't earn it with intelligence or cunning. Not Zaraki. He became captain using nothing but his physical strength. He crushed the vision the captain and I had created, and discarded it like a fleeting dream. Everything was destroyed in that instant! I refused to follow Kenpachi Zaraki like the other squad members. I had seen him for what he was. Say, you look pretty good holding that sword.
Huh?
And that feather on your face, it's probably faux, but it's still a nice look. I hadn't gotten the chance to really check you out, but so far I am loving your style.
What are you talking about?
Now, if you would make the effort to coordinate with genuine accessories, I think you'd come across even better. Then again, you don't want to overdo it and look trashy or cheap.
Is there a point to any of this?
I've got it. My feathers are the real thing. How about I give you one of these?
Forget it, they're ugly.
Also, it might be nice to add a few extra flourishes to your uniform. Fabulous!
Hey!
But how to compliment your lovely complexion?
Well done, as I'd expect from the leader of the Stealth Force. What's the matter? I am Gonryomaru. My name is Gonryomaru, the zanpakuto of Squad 1 Lieutenant Chojiro Sasakibe! What? How dare you! Don't worry, Tenken. I'm all right. Chojiro is the one to blame for all of this, for not having a presence in his own squad. Shut up! I won't go down that easy.
The fight never ends. After you've defeated one enemy, a stronger opponent will appear. Then if you're able to defeat him, an even stronger one comes along. If you don't have the inner resolve to endure this eternal struggle, then you will eventually succumb and die. But it doesn't end there. The battles always continue elsewhere, fought by others. It's an endless cycle, and it's not only limited to a person's existence on the physical plane. Believe me, as long as people and their souls exist, there will be disputes, and those disputes will lead to fights. And those fights go on for all eternity, no matter how much you try to run from them.
This area I'm alluding to encompasses an 85-centimeter radius from its user. Once you're centered inside that zone, you cannot be injured. A safe zone, as you came to call it. That safe zone even exists in its Bankai, Senbonzakura Kageyoshi. With its tremendous offensive force and its impenetrable defensive capabilities, that small empty space is the only known weakness that your weaponry possesses. So when someone's fighting against your Senbonzakura, one must get in close, not retreat. But very few could ever reach such a conclusion on their own. Not knowing about it makes the idea of charging into battle you a suicidal move. How wise you've only shared this with some of your closest relatives.
I've come here under orders from a certain individual to invade Karakura Town. You people are in the way of that objective, unfortunately. That's the reason I was forced to place everybody I came into contact with, including you, under hypnosis. After that, I was able to convince you to accept those capes, which sucked away all your spirit energy. It's too late to fight back. By now you have barely any powers remaining. You see, it's time for me to dispose of all 4 of you. So prepare to die.
Of course it is. We were able to meet Tsukishima because we weren't normal. Ginjo saved us because we weren't normal. When most people are asked what rule every animal and human in this world has to follow to keep living, I bet they say it's survival of the fittest. Everyone for themselves. Even in nature, there are clear differences between the strong and the weak. But it's not as simple as kill or be killed. I'm sure you think you know what true survival of the fittest is, don't you? Well, it's not always that clear. My story might just change how you think of things. The story of us Fullbringers shows how survival of the fittest can end up working in the real world.
You're wrong! I left them! I was the one who abandoned my stupid parents! I was the one who chose to get out! Don't you dare talk like you know anything about me! I transferred all of my dad's bank accounts over to me and destroyed his life by bankrupting him. They left me alone all the time, so I'm self-taught. And that's what they get for always being so busy and never taking their child seriously. It felt great when I'd heard they'd committed suicide.
I've been thinking through all of this, but I couldn't do it. In my mind, you'll always be the strongest one around. Mr. Tsukishima, you mustn't die. You're too smart for this setback to stop you. I won't let you die. You are invincible, Mr. Tsukishima! What? You don't need to thank me, sir. It's only right that I help you, Mr. Tsukishima. After all, sir, I am your apprentice. Oh, hey! Look, it's morning! Oh, what a beautiful day! That's a sight for sore eyes. I wish I could have at least told her that I was sorry. Her forgiveness meant everything to me. I absolutely despise hollows. I will get rid of them. I will destroy each and every hollow. And someday, I'll cut down the hollow that took my wife. I will see to it that not another single person has to suffer like Mayu and I have because of hollows. That's my only goal. To eradicate them from existence. Sorry, ladies. I sort of get carried away.
Listen to me. I don't know what's going on with you, but stop worrying about me, okay? I'm not one of your classmates. I'm an adult. I'm all grown up. So I'm old enough to take care of myself. There's no need for a kid like you to feel worried. So if something's bothering you, just spit it out and tell me. You got that? Know that if you need to talk, I'm here for you. Have you forgotten that we know everything about you? Like the time you gave up something that was very dear to you. We saw how desperately you tried to get it back. You fought for it then. Yet in spite of what you did, you still don't have confidence in yourself. Perhaps killing your precious friend and holding her severed head in front of your face will finally get you to be serious. Will that force you to take this seriously? We can see you're angry, but we also know why you can't find the guts to kill us. And that's why I say you're weak.
How much longer are you gonna run? That's so, huh? Huh. Excuse me? What are you trying to say? Your point?
What's so funny?
So that's where you're going with all this? Not gonna happen. Big talk there, son. But you might want to save your words until after you've had a go at me!
Who dares trespass here?
Very suspicious.
I, Kokanehiko. Be gone! 1,000 apologies, Master Yoruichi, for not recognizing right away that it was you. We had no idea these trespassers were your servants. You're too kind. Such generous words from such a great person. Please wait here while I announce your arrival. Master, we have visitors.
Now, please enter.
Thank you for coming to my defense. I think now I'll finally be able to rest peacefully. Help me! Oh no, not again!
Excuse me! It's our turn to use the field! That's right! How can we? Hold on a minute.
What are you doing?
Why are you talking to that strange guy, Cuddy? What's your secret? I want to learn to kick like that. Run. Hey! There isn't enough room for us to practice here with all these people around. Hey, wait a minute, Cuddy! It's game time, and Toshiro's not even here.
Yeah, this is a great way to ditch class.
Yeah, totally. Anyone who doesn't obey their master should die.
Go on, delete it.
I don't know. Could it be because we lie to her about stuff all the time?
You got it.
Hey, Earth to Chad. You awake? If you don't get moving, we're gonna miss the lunchtime specials. I'll make you pay the difference.
I can't do that.
That's all the more reason for us to get going. Come on now, or pay extra. You just don't care! Here I am, barely getting by on a part-time job, so I can't afford to eat like you. I mean, you've got your folks giving you a rent-free place to live, doing your laundry, and I know they're paying all your food bills.
Sorry.
I need my next meal just to stay alive! What did I just say?
I need my next meal just to stay alive.
Good. You understand me. Let's go! I don't buy beef if it's not on sale. The sell-by expiration date on chicken, just an approximation. Promise.
So how do you feel now? The seed I shot into you has begun to take root in your body, and in just a little bit, it'll take control of you. Soon your body will be mine to manipulate at will. Now, how shall I make you suffer?
Shut up.
What? Don't you realize the position you're in right now? Soon you'll have almost no control of your body. Here, I'll show you, see? Ah! What do you think you're doing? Let go! Let go! Do you hear me? I said let go!
Yes, can I help you? Yes, that's right. He never talked about his friends, but I appreciate you looking after him while he was alive. Oh, my son. This is his cake. Thank you for doing this. I'm sorry, but I can't accept it. I can't do it. I can't even look at cake. It's too painful. Whenever I see a cake, I think of him.
Oh, Mother.
I'm sorry you went to all this trouble.
Oh, it's good to see you back home, Orihime. I've been meaning to ask you something. It's about your two young friends, the ones who've been visiting. Now, I don't mean to pry, but are you sure they're all right? Well, I wasn't spying, but I couldn't help but notice them carrying something odd into your place.
Plenty. He's gathered a pretty big crowd of followers in just a short time. Word is he's lured in thugs and lowlifes from all over Kusajishi already. They're a pretty tough bunch, too, but of course they don't have any spirit energy on their side, so even in large numbers, they can't hope to win against Soul Reapers in the end. Good point. You're right. What's your plan, then? Ganju? Why the hell's this suddenly so important? So who is it? A bond between friends? Coming from you, that's a little bit surprising. Well, all right. I never liked that bookie anyway, so I'll join up with you. I, Daiji Hirasako, the Bull of Kusajishi, hereby agree to help you, Ganju.
You know, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, what is it?
I really want to thank you. I realize now being brought to you was a good thing for me. Up until that day I first came to you, I was living a kind of life that I'm ashamed to even think about now. And even after I came here, I know that I wasn't very appreciative.
You still must learn to be proud that you were born a Bount, Kane.
Be proud? Hey! Wait for me!
I will go on, sir.
I must work even harder if I want to become stronger. For the upperclassmen who protected me from harm. But I can't find any openings! I will enter if I may. No, I am entering! Yeah, the match is on tomorrow. I blew it. It never would have happened if I had only run away faster. I'm glad my younger brother in grade school had protective gear that fits you perfectly. Guys, we're still a member short. It's almost time for the match.
I'm fine. Thank you so much, Mr. Soul Reaper. That hollow was the one that killed my family. Now all of them will be able to rest in peace. There's no need for you to apologize here. Well, my name is Mai, by the way. Would you mind telling me your name? Masayoshi.
You just saved my life. Thank you very much.
What? I did that?
Yes. Won't you please tell me your name, sir, so I know who to thank properly? You're a captain? Really? I sure was. And because I was brave, I win the game of courage. Wait a minute, there's no rule that says someone can't help me.
I don't deserve to ever hear her call me her older sister, but I would like her to have someone. So I want her to be able to call you her older brother.
A plum blossom opened. Look.
I'm so sorry. I've been such a burden to you. I'm sorry I couldn't repay the love you gave me. These past 5 years that we've spent together have been like a wonderful, beautiful dream. Byakuya.
What a letdown. They all seem weak. What should we do, Patras? Tell me, is it true there's a Soul Reaper in this town that actually knows how to use the Hogyoku? The difference in our power is obvious! There's no need to take you seriously. Unfortunately, we don't have time. We need you to die here! Freeze, I believe!
Yeah. Really? Thanks a lot.